man. You are welcome, sir. God bless you. Yeah, sir. In Akwana, Tom Mandala. God bless you.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. We have to give honor to who it's due. We have a representative of an head of tertiary institution in our midst, and that is the person of the rector, Federal Polytechnic Ado Ekiti, who is being represented here today by one of us, Engineer Dr. Olushola Akinsoya. You're most welcome, sir.
Incidentally, Engineer Akinsoya also was a staff here before he moved to Federal Polytechnic Ado, and also I'm one of his students in that same year, 1992-93. I thought my Oga has lefty to righty because he's always used the left hand. And when he was writing something today, I thought as much that no, he has never changed. God bless you, sir. Is the director of Olusegun Obasanjo Engineering Innovation in Ado Federal Polytechnic. God bless you. Welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. We also have in our midst a very august guest, and that is the representative of the Honorable Commissioner for Infrastructure, Land and Housing. Please let's jam our hands together as I welcome Engineer Ibi Dakbo Ujo. You're most welcome, sir.
Is one of the awardee, of course. Is representing an awardee. Yeah.
Yes, it's my pleasure this afternoon to also welcome the Dean, the Dean of Students. That is Mr. Henry Olubrahimo. You're most welcome, sir. Permit me to recognize Engineer Dr. Lonson. You are most welcome, sir. The former Deputy Rector. Thank you. You are most welcome, sir. Permit me to also recognize the Director of Academic Planning, Dr. Olubenga Jinadu. You are most welcome, sir. We have a real father in our midst who also happened to be an engineer. Please let's welcome Engineer Dr. Ademola Oyinbade. You are most welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Because of our time, we want to welcome all the HODs of various departments are here. I have Engineer Akinola of Computer Engineering Department. You're welcome, sir. I have the HOD of Agriculture and Environmental here, if it is here, Engineer Malumi. You're welcome, sir. God bless you. Let me welcome the Dean of Environmental Studies. That is Mrs. Ologunagba. I saw her the other time. Please, let's put our hands together for her. Please, ma, come over here. Yes. The Dean should please come to the front. Yes. Mr. Olubrahimo, sir, please, we want to see you so that Lisa. Very much. As the HODs are arriving, then we'll be recognizing them. Let me welcome the HOD of Mechanical Engineering Department and also the Director of Hospital Consult, Nigeria Limited in Rufus Giwa Polytechnic. You're welcome, sir. That's Engineer Additional, popularly known as Re-Plus or Re-Multiplication. Thank you, sir. Let me welcome my only friend, as far as that caliber of people is concerned, is the HOD of Civil Engineering. Yes. Yes, Daramola, Engineer Dr. Daramola. Yes. Yes. God bless you, sir. Thank you very much. Let me also welcome one of the chief lecturers here, of course, Dr. Mrs. Jinadu is the chief. Yes, you're welcome, ma. I'm expecting you to move closer. Move to the front. God bless you, ma. Let me also welcome my own chief, because if I fail to recognize him, my query is awaiting me. It's Dr. Oluwajobi. You're welcome. The former rector of Ajayi Polytechnic in Ekiti State. God bless you, sir. Thank you very much. On that note, we want to recognize all the awardees we have as far as this occasion is concerned. The first on the list is Engineer Ayorinde Abiola Olawoye, FNSE, FNICE, that is a Nigerian Institute of Civil Engineers, and a member of NIHTE. Is the Honorable Commissioner for Infrastructure, Lands, and Housing in Ondo State. Please shall we put our hands together for him. Let's put our hands together for him. Is going to be given an award of excellence for infrastructure development. Is a wonderful one. Number 2 on the list is Engineer Dr. Johnson J. Alabi, the Honorable Commissioner for Energy and Mineral Resources in Ondo State. Please shall we put our hands together for him. Award of excellence for energy development. We have our own one of the formidable individual who God is using and who God has also used to ameliorate the suffering of members of staff as far as Rugipo Polytechnic is concerned. Dr. Simon Olorunwa, indeed Olorunwa Adegun, the acting rector of Rugipo Polytechnic. Award of excellence in leadership. Shall we put our hands together for him, please? Yes. You know, I began to look at the strength of that clapping. I can see my registrar is clapping. Yes, clapping. He knows what it means. You know, yes. Thank you, sir. Engineer Oluwaseun Adeyeye, FNSE, FNICE, that's FNICE, if I call it that way, FNIHTE, FCIPA, FIMC, CMC, you know, it's much. He's the chairman of Nigerian Society of Engineers, Akure branch, Ondo State. Award of excellence in engineering profession. The 5th person is Senator Pastor Jinde Ikpinshagba, the senator representing Ondo North Senatorial District, National Assembly in Abuja. Please shall put our hands together for him. Award of excellence for digital infrastructure development. Number 6, Engineer Chief Superintendent of Police is also a chief, you know, double chief. Adeola Victor Adishino, FNSC, F9, FCPAN, current register. He's also the president of Rugipo Polytechnic Alumni and also member of Governing Council. Shall we put our hands together for him? Award of excellence for leadership. I have with me here Engineer Dr. Temitope John Alaki, MNSE, MNIEE, MNATT, Director, the Federal Polytechnic Ado Ekiti. Award of excellence in leadership. Shall we put our hands together for him? The last but not the least on the here, Engineer Sir Remigius Shola Ogunjobi, FNSE. Award of excellence in leadership. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much. So at this junction, I'd like to invite the host of this 3rd International Conference of the Faculty of Engineering Technology. As I invite him to the microphone, please let's jam our hands together as I invite Engineer S.O. Adepo to please deliver his welcome address.
Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Please permit me to rely on the already established protocol. Just 1 minute, please. Welcome address by the Dean, Faculty of Engineering Technology, Rufus Giwa Polytechnic, Owo, Engineer Adepo Samuel Oluwasegun, at the opening ceremony of the 3rd International Conference held between the 25th and 27th November 2025 with the theme Engineering Innovation for Sustainable Security System. The Rector, Rufus Giwa Polytechnic, Owo, and the chairman of the occasion, the management team of Rufus Giwa Polytechnic here, the registrar of the Polytechnic, you're welcome, sir, the other members of the management team, the deans of faculties and directors, distinguished senator representing the Ondo State Senatorial District, Nigeria, the honorable commissioners from Ondo State of Nigeria, here represented the Commissioner for Lands, Infrastructure and Housing, Engineer my very good friend, Engineer E.B. Dapo. You're welcome, sir. The Imperial Majesty, the Olowo of our kingdom, and all our royal fathers. The permanent secretaries from Ondo State and Ekiti State are here present. The Chairman, Nigerian Society of Engineers, Akure, distinguished awardees, the participants and invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my profound honor and privilege to warmly welcome our distinguished guests, the keynote speaker, scholars, and participants, and industry leaders, innovators, and esteemed awardees to the 3rd International Conference of the Faculty of Engineering Technology, Rufus Giwa Polytechnic, Owo. Today marks yet another important milestone in our collective pursuit of knowledge, innovation, and societal advancement. This conference has grown to become an international platform for world-class researchers, practitioners, policymakers, and stakeholders in engineering and technology to converge, exchange ideas, present cutting-edge researches, and network towards addressing some of the most pressing challenges of our time. The theme of this year's conference, Engineering Innovation for Sustainable Security System, is both timely and compelling in an era where where nations and communities are confronted with complex security problems ranging from cyber threats to infrastructural vulnerability. The role of engineering cannot be overstated. It is through innovative engineering solutions that we can strengthen security frameworks, building resilient systems, and ensure a safer and more sustainable society. At this junction, I wish to specifically appreciate the management team of Rufus Giwa Polytechnic, Owo, ably led by Dr. Adegun S. Olorunwa, for their immeasurable support, encouragement, and for providing an enabling environment that has made the hosting of this conference not only possible, but also successful. Your unwavering commitment to academic excellence and institutional development continues to propel the faculty and the entire Polytechnic to greater heights. Over the next 3 days, participants will be engaging in meaningful discussions, robust research presentations, and collaboratory forum designed to foster new ideas and strengthening alliances. We are confident that the knowledge shared here will contribute significantly to global security discourse and inspire practical solutions that can be deployed across sections. As part of the event for this year's conference, we are proud to honor distinguished dignitaries who have made remarkable contributions to leadership, national development, and practice of engineering. Their achievement serves as an inspiration to upcoming generation of engineers and a testament to the transformative power of dedication and innovation. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to our partners, planning committee, sponsors, and all who have worked tirelessly to make this conference a reality. Your commitment has ensured that we uphold the high standards associated with this noble gathering. To our participants and guests, I encourage you to take full advantage of the opportunity this conference presents to connect, engage, question, collaborate, and contribute. Together, we can push the boundaries of engineering for the achievement of, for the advancement of humanity. Once again, I welcome you all to Rufus Giwa Polytechnic, Owo, and I wish us all a productive, enlightening, and memorable conference. Thank you, and God bless you.
Please let's jam our hands together once again for the host, Engineer S.O. Adepo. You're most welcome, sir. Before we continue with the program, I want to put I want to put something in proper shape. That is introduction of the Royal Father in our midst. Thank you. I thank my star. The opportunity presents itself naturally. Please join me to welcome His Imperial Majesty Oba Dr. Ajibade Gbadegeshin Ogunwoye III, the Olowo of Owo and the Chairman Ondo State Council of Obas, who is being represented here today by His Royal Majesty Oba Ebenezer Adewumi Ogunmolashu II, the Olupeme of Upemeland. You are most welcome, sir. It's also my pleasure to once again recognize Engineer Dr. Oba Ademola Onyebade, the Oloba of Usholand. You are most welcome, sir. Permit me to also recognize Engineer Francis Ologunagba. You are most welcome, sir. Welcome to the 3rd International Conference. Engineer Michael Amadu. You are most welcome, sir. Permit me to also recognize Engineer Dr. Fakpetu. You are most welcome, sir. Let me quickly recognize the chairman of the planning committee of this conference, Engineer Dr. O.O. Makinde. You are most welcome, ma'am. It's also my pleasure to recognize and acknowledge the kind of commitment he has put into this program. I'm talking of the secretary of the planning committee, Engineer Dr. M.O. Ale. You are most welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. I have the pleasure and honor again to recognize the wife of the keynote speaker at this conference, and I love that when I know mommy is around, Mrs. Temikoto, the wife of Engineer Dr. Kehinde Temikoto. Please, mommy, where are you? Let's put our hands together for her. In most cases, as part of the whole assumption that says that behind a successful man, there must be a woman. Perhaps, I know it's by side. No wonder. Do you know what mommy did? He decided to sit and just opposite. So that at least, please shall put our hands together for mommy. Mommy, you're welcome. We appreciate you, ma. God bless you. My chairman, is here, and by special grace of God, Engineer Oluwaseun Adeyeye, the chairman of Nigeria Society of Engineers in Akure, Akure branch, Ondo State, is here. Engineer, you're welcome. Let's put our hands together for him. And he's also one of the awardees. We thank God for your life. And he's also, of course, he was a student here, and we thank God for what God is doing. At the other time, when the representative of Kabiyesi Olowo was being introduced the other time, well, I want to say this without missing word. Kabiyesi, I want to welcome you. Even when I began to see, because when I slept, I dreamt that Kabiyesi is going to send you down here. Because he knows your background, but you were once a student here in mechanical engineering department. Yes, 1992, 1993. Yes, 1992. And Kabiyesi decided to change from engineering course to administrative course, of course. And the reason is best known to me. You're welcome, Kabiyesi. God bless you. Because engineering, not be small error. Thank you very much. At this note, I want to recognize one of us here, and that is Comrade Adidas Abiola Obanoye. Is one of us going to anchor this program together. And I want to also recognize the presence of the correspondent of Crest FM here in Akure. Yes, Crest FM, order are following. God bless you, ma. Also, the crew from Nigerian Television Authority, they are also in our midst. God bless you, ma. Let me welcome the registrar, the acting registrar of Rugipo Fengt, as for now, probably is wearing two caps, is here as his registrar and also representing the chief host as he gives us an opening address. God bless you, sir. Shall we put our hands together for Mr. Oloye?
The chairman of this occasion of today, Oba Ajibade Badegeshi Ogoye III, Imperial Majesty, the Olowo for ably represented by my Kabiyesi. If our people will say, and I'm so sure of that. And coming here is not by accident. You are representing our community. You are ably welcome, sir. The key speaker of today, sir, and that is one of the engineers of our time. Dr. Engineer Stephen Olukayode Ibijola. Do I get it right, sir? You are welcome. And the keynote speaker, Engineer Kehinde Temi, Akpimora Lampe Temi Dire, Temi Koton. And sir, you are really welcome. And the chief organizer, the dean of this department, of this faculty, our own brother, Engineer Adepo, the chairman committee of deans, and the representative of the Federal Polytechnic Ado, one of our own. He ran away today, we caught him. He has come back into our midst. He saw one of his mates. He was so happy to welcome Engineer Amodu, and that is it. Really, one of us, we appreciate you for representing us well where you are, and the Dean of Students, the representative of the Commissioner for Works, and the Chairman, Nigeria Society of Engineers. Really, thank you for whom you are. A great ambassador of the institution in the state and in Nigeria as a whole. I cannot bet. My Kabiesi sir, the Oloba of Ushu, though you may be a lecturer here, we must give you the honor that is due for you. You are ably welcome. The deans, other deans, the HOD, just to represent my rector here today to give this welcome address. It is a joyful thing at this particular time to see the awakening spirit of the lecturers and the students towards academic development in terms of innovation and some other things. And that is the purpose of this workshop of today. Actually, when you take a workshop like this from an institution, you take away the key thing. And this is what we need, because it is a moment of knowledge sharing, a moment of knowledge advancement, and it is a moment of innovational thoughts. When the brilliant brains are coming together to share ideas and to talk about the future and to talk about where we're going, it's a moment for research and rethinking and a moment for academic development. Especially today when you look at what we have come here together to look at. Actually, it has brought together different group of people, because we are looking at engineering innovation for a sustainable security system. This cannot be done without ICT. And this cannot be done without the engineers. This cannot be done without various other parts of what we call educational system. And now coming together today in the Polytechnic for this purpose is a great achievement for the Faculty of Engineering. So I thank you for having this idea at this moment, where there is insecurity everywhere and where there is threats to life in our country. And we should not leave everything for the government of the day, because actually you should be here and know what is going on in your house through monitoring in one way or the other. And this is greater than what the policeman can do. It will do it seamlessly without any bias. But policeman will still compromise in giving reports and doing some other things. But when we use the idea of technology, we know we are getting things right to ensure that actually our nation is getting better. That is why, as we have come today, how I wish that every one of us listen attentively and prepare our mind to come out of this workshop with new ideas on how to save our institution here, the Polytechnic, the community, our community, and the state and Nigeria as a whole from insecurity. So I pray God will be with us, help us, and make this workshop a successful one. I wish you happy listening, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, the acting registrar, who had delivered the goodwill tribute of the acting rector of the institution. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, 21st century where the national insecurity is tense and Africa is most challenged, the Nigerian security architecture is most compromised, there is the urgent need for academians to rise to respond to the call of nature. And in addressing those fundamental issues, the engineers across the world has converged here in Rugipo today to give deeper insight and sustainable solutions to the conversation under discourse. For this afternoon, the lead paper presenter will be doing key justice to the topic under review, while a keynote presenter will also speak specifically to the areas under his jurisdiction. So this afternoon will be commencing the conversation by the lead or the keynote speaker, who will be rendering keynote issues on how the questions of insecurity, engineering, and innovation, people and partnership will be addressed. I therefore have the honor of inviting Akinshola Toby to please present an abridged citation and profile of the keynote presenter to this conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Profile of Engineer Dr. Kendi Temikoton. Engineer Dr. Kendi Temikoton was born in Odigbo town, in Odigbo local government area of Ondo State. He attended our Saviour's Primary School from 1965 to 1968 and completed his elementary education at St. Paul's Anglican Primary School in Emurekiti in the year 1970. His dream was to attend Christ School as his teachers and the headmaster has encouraged him. But his guardian could not afford the entrance examination fee of 10 shilling, equivalent of 1 naira, let alone the £5, 10 naira deposit. He had to wait till 1972 to attend St. Peter's Secondary Modern School from 1972 to 1974. He took advantage of the free universal primary education, UPE, teachers training programs, and attended St. John Mary's College, Owo, from 1975 to 1978 for a 3-year teachers training course and obtained a teacher's grade 2 certificate. He worked as a teacher until 1981. He sat for the GCE ordinary level in 1979 as a private candidate and passed all the papers he took. He proceeded to the University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, and obtained a first degree in electrical electronics engineering. He served as a National Youth Service Corps, NYSC engineer with the Jiwa local government in Benue State, 1987-1988. Kende joined the Ondo State Electricity Board, OSEB, in 1989 and rose to become the general manager in 2002. As a GM, he encouraged continuous professional development and participation in professional activities for all categories of the engineering family. All engineers under OSEB were sponsored for the annual conferences of the NSC throughout his tenure. He supported the registration of all engineering staff, including engineers, technologists, technicians, and craftsmen, with the Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, COREN. He was appointed a permanent secretary in 2009 and retired from the Ondo State Civil Service in 2017. He joined the Elizade University, Ilaramokim, Ondo State, as a lecturer teaching and doing research in power systems and renewable energy from April 2017 to February 2025. Dr. Temikoton is a current registered electrical engineer, RC504 1996, with about 3 decades in engineering practice and some 8 years in academics. He is a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, FNSC, the Nigerian Institution of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, FNIE, and the Chartered Institute of Industrial and Corporate Administrators, FICA. He has consulted widely in power distribution in World Bank, European Union, EU, and government projects across Nigeria. He is also a scholar with a master's degree in business administration, MBA, and a master's degree in electrical engineering, HEMEng, specializing in power systems and machine, and PhD in power system engineering. He is an active senior member of the IEEE. He is a past chairman of the Power and Energy Society of IEEE Nigerian section. He was a former chairman of the Nigerian Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineer, NIEEE, Akure chapter, and a past National Executive Committee member of the Institute. He has also served in several committees of the Nigerian Society of Sister, both at the branch and the national levels. He has attended several conferences in Nigeria and India to enhance his professional development. He has authored journal papers and co-authored a book on basic electrical engineering. He is keenly interested in smart grid, and he belongs to the IEEE Smart Grid Group. Dr. Kendi O. Temikoton is happily married with children and grandchildren. I present to you Engineer Dr. Kendi Temikoton. You're welcome, sir. Please, can we give him a round of applause if he gets it? Thank you. You're welcome, sir.
I'm not very good with protocols, but I know I must greet the chief host first and also appreciate the Dean faculty for counting me worthy to be the keynote speaker for this very important conference. I also give due recognition to the Olowo of Owo, and I doff my hat, represented by the KBSC. And due respect to my colleague, the permanent secretary from Bekiti, who is also the lead speaker. I also want to greet our chief host, management members of the Rugipo Polytechnic, and all other distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to be here, and I will feel very irresponsible if I fail to recognize my wife. We have been together for some 30-something years. She knows date more than me, so we're always together. And NSC know that we are always together. And a few years back, the NIEEE gave us an award, myself and my wife, because we are always together at all conferences. And this also affords me an opportunity to thank her very much, because being a civil servant, an administrator, general manager, permanent secretary, and also running academics and consulting together, they are not main work. And the pillar behind my success is my wife. So she has actually offered so much sacrifice, and I remain eternally grateful to her. Well, there can be no other time that issue of security can be more important than now in our country. And I think the organizers of this conference did a good job by giving this conference theme this year. We all know what is going on, not only in Nigeria, all over the world. And that's why I found it a profound honor to address this distinguished gathering at a time when the world stands at a critical juncture, where the convergence of technological advancement and global insecurity demands a reimagining of how we engineer security for the future. In fact, for the present and for the future. First, I want to go into the way we are providing security now, and later projecting what we will do in the future in the face of existing and emerging technology. I'll briefly talk about the situation in Nigeria, make a recommendation, and then conclude. Now let me begin with the current paradigm of security and tell you why it is unsustainable. The prevailing security paradigm is reactive, fragmented, and resource intensive. It is built on siloed systems, short-term fixes, and a heavy reliance on physical deterrence and surveillance. This model is increasingly unsustainable due to the escalating complexity of threats, both cyber, environmental, biological, and geopolitical. It causes resource depletion and environmental degradation from energy-intensive security infrastructure. I remember a few years ago, they planted cameras around the hotspot in Akure, but it didn't last long because of the issue of energy. Truly, providing security using technological devices consume a lot of energy. So this paper will address us to look at other means of providing cheaper and more affordable energy system that will power our security architecture. There are also issues with technological obsolescence and lack of interoperability across the system. In this concept, what I mean by silo system refer to security system or organization that operate independently without effectively sharing information, resources, or strategies with other systems or stakeholders. This lack of integration leads to inefficiencies, duplicated efforts, and gaps in defense, making it difficult to respond effectively to complex and interconnected security threats. Now let us look at the nature and evolution of security threats. Security threats have evolved from traditional warfare and physical crimes to include 1, cybersecurity breaches, like infrastructure hacking. Like what? There was a time America was even threatened. Their smart grid system was threatened. But they have a very resilient system. Otherwise, they could have plunged more than a third of America into darkness. Number 2, climate-induced conflicts like water scarcity, like what we're having along the Chad Basin, and forced migration. An intergovernmental panel on climate change report details how climate change acts as a threat multiplier, exacerbating resource scarcity, displacement, and instability, which traditional state-centric security models are ill-equipped to handle. Number 3, pandemics and biosecurity risk. Pandemics and biosecurity risks are increasingly recognized as major security threats in the modern paradigm. In this context, pandemics refer to the rapid global spread of infectious diseases that can overwhelm health systems, disrupt economies, and destabilize societies. And as I'm saying that, I know all of us are thinking about COVID-19. Biosecurity risks encompass the deliberate or accidental release of biological agents, whether naturally occurring, engineered, or weaponized, that threaten public health, that threaten food security and critical infrastructure. This landmark report introduced and defined the concept of human security, shifting the focus from the security of the state to the security of individuals, their safety from fear, want, and indignity. These threats are complex and interconnected, often transcending national borders and requiring coordinated multidisciplinary responses. Let me explain briefly here. We're talking about Boko Haram in Nigeria. But before we know it, other neighboring countries were also being threatened. So security threats is no longer a local affair. Therefore, it's not what a country on its own can confront and defeat. Traditional security models, which focus on physical deterrence and state-centric measures, are ill-equipped to manage the cascading impacts of pandemics and biosecurity risks, such as supply chain disruption, resource scarcity, and widespread social unrest. 4, AI-driven misinformation and autonomous weaponry. AI is very good, and many of us use it. But it itself can become a real factor for insecurity by means of misinformation and their usage in autonomous weaponry. AI-driven misinformation and autonomous weaponry represent emerging threats that significantly impact modern security paradigms. AI-driven misinformation campaigns such as deepfakes, automated security media bots, and algorithmic targeted disinformation can rapidly spread false narratives, undermine trust in institutions, and destabilize societies. These campaigns have the potential to influence elections, incite violence, and erode public confidence in democratic processes, making them a critical concern for national and global security. And that is why I recommend that our country must regulate the usage of AI. Autonomous weaponry, including unmanned drones and AI-controlled weapon systems, introduces new risks by reducing human oversight and accelerating the pace of conflict. The deployment of such technologies can lower the threshold for armed engagement, increase the unpredictability of military actions, and raise ethical and legal dilemmas regarding accountability. The combination of AI-driven misinformation and autonomous weaponry amplifies the complexity of security threats, as adversaries can exploit both information and physical domain to achieve strategic objectives, often transcending traditional state-centric security measures. 5, critical infrastructure vulnerabilities like power grids, transportation systems. The International Energy Agency 2021 World Energy Outlook, the analysis highlights the volatility of fossil fuel markets. The International Energy Agency 2021 World Energy Outlook analysis highlight the volatility of fossil fuel markets and the geopolitical vulnerability created by energy dependencies, underscoring the need for a transition to more resilient and sustainable energy system for long-term security. That's the report for 2021. A study by Zovakul and Brown, 2021, explored its multiple competing dimensions of energy security, arguing that a narrow focus on supply is unsustainable and that affordability, efficiency, and environmental sustainability are critical for a resilient energy security paradigm. So it goes beyond just providing the infrastructure. We must also protect the infrastructure using existing technology. These threats are interconnected, transnational, and increasingly asymmetric, requiring a shift from isolated defense mechanisms to integrated, anticipatory, and adaptive systems. Now we want to look at the engineering challenges and responsibilities. Engineers are now at the front line of designing systems that predict and prevent rather than merely respond to security threats. Engineers also now should be in the front line to design systems that balance security with sustainability, integrate ethical, legal, and social considerations, and operate across physical, digital, and biological domains. This demands a paradigm shift in engineering thinking, from building for robustness to building for resilience and adaptability. No matter how strong an infrastructure exists, because we now depend on computer and electronic controls, any of these systems can be undermined and destroyed. So we are going beyond building study system to building resilient system. Technologies enabling innovation in security system. The following existing and emerging technologies are reshaping and will continue to reshape the security landscape. First, I will discuss the existing innovations. 1, biometrics authentication system, like facial recognition and iris scan. Many security devices and systems are built around these authentication systems. 2, smart surveillance using Internet of Things and edge computing. Smart surveillance using a network of interconnected sensors, cameras, and devices continuously monitor environments and process data locally, that is, at the edge of the network, rather than sending all information to a central server. In this model, IoT devices such as cameras, motion detectors, and environmental sensors collect real-time data, while edge computing enables immediate analysis and response directly at the site of data generation. For example, if there's a threat here in Owo, we don't need to refer to Akure before the system here can respond to those threats. When a security infrastructure is over-centralized, there's always inefficiencies. That is why these new technologies will help in ensuring that security is more efficient, resilient, and more adaptable. This approach enables significant innovation in security system design and construction by allowing for real-time threat detection, faster decision-making, and reduced latency. Instead of waiting for data to be transmitted to a distant server for analysis, edge devices can identify suspicious activity, trigger alerts, or even initiate automated responses on the spot. This not only enhances the speed and effectiveness of security measures, but also reduces bandwidth usage and improves privacy by minimizing the amount of sensitive data sent across networks. Furthermore, smart surveillance systems powered by IoT and edge computing can be easily scaled and customized for different environments, ranging from smart cities and critical infrastructure to industrial sites and public spaces. Their flexibility enables engineers to design adaptive, resilient security solutions that integrate seamlessly with other digital and physical systems, aligning with the broader paradigm shift towards proactive, predictive, and sustainable security strategies described in the surrounding context. Now let's look at another technology, cyber physical intrusion detection system. Cyber physical intrusion detection system represents a signal leap in engineering innovation for security systems by bridging the gap between physical and digital domains. These systems integrate a network of sensors, cameras, and IoT devices that continuously monitor both physical spaces and digital infrastructure. By leveraging technologies such as edge computing, they enable real-time data processing and immediate threat detection at the site of data generation, rather than relying solely on centralized analysis. This local processing allows for faster decision-making, automated responses, and reduced latency, which greatly enhances the effectiveness of security measures. Furthermore, cyber physical intrusion detection systems are highly adaptable and scalable, making them suitable for deployment in diverse environments. Their flexibility enables engineers to design resilient solutions that can quickly adapt to evolving threats and integrate seamlessly with other security technologies, such as AI-driven analytics and blockchain for data integrity. This convergence supports a proactive, predictive approach to security, fostering systemic transformation by embedding security into the very fabric of operation and infrastructure. By enabling real-time monitoring, automated response, and seamless integration with both digital and physical systems, cyber physical intrusion system enables cyber physical intrusion detection system drive continuous innovation in security engineering. They support the shift toward more resilient, adaptive, and sustainable security strategies, aligning with broader trend of embedding security into interconnected ecosystems and prioritizing privacy, accessibility, and sustainability. Blockchain for security data This systemic transformation is evident as this platform facilitates the convergence of physical and digital security, supporting energy efficient and sustainable practices, and empower human-centric design that prioritizes privacy and accessibility. As a result, they drive continuous innovation, shift operational paradigms, and redefine rules and responsibility within security systems, setting the stage for more resilient, adaptive, and equitable solutions in the face of evolving threats. So as new threats emerge, these new and emerging technologies can easily react or even predict what will happen. Let us take a look at the future of security system. In the coming decades, security will be AI-driven, capable of autonomous learning and decision-making. 2, decentralized and distributed, leveraging of blockchain and mesh networks. 3, energy aware. Like I said before, the existing security system gobs a lot of energy and is not sustainable. But energy aware system will be built on renewable microgrids and low power electronics. 4, human-centric. They are designed with privacy, equity, and accessibility at the core. So in providing security, you are not breaching anybody's privacy or stepping on their rights. AI energy systems and biotechnology are merging to reshape security, merging physical and digital realms and shifting focus from prevention to prediction. As these technologies converge, our concept of security will evolve significantly. Instead of viewing security as simply protecting digital data or physical assets separately, this fusion will create a more integrated approach. For example, AI can help energy systems predict and prevent failure or attacks by analyzing vast amounts of real-time data, while biotechnology can ensure safety of both digital and biological assets like health data or medical devices. This integration means that distinction between physical security, like protecting buildings, equipment, or people, and digital security, protecting data and networks, will become less clear as both will be managed together through interconnected technologies. Additionally, security will shift from being mostly reactive, waiting for threats to occur and then responding, to being proactive and predictive. AI-powered systems can anticipate risks before they happen, and energy and biotech systems can be designed to automatically adapt and protect themselves. In summary, the merging of these technologies will create a new holistic model of security that is both preventive and predictive, seamlessly connecting the digital and physical worlds. What is the implication for engineering education and practice? That's what we want to discuss next. Engineering education should include interdisciplinary topics like cybersecurity, ethics, sustainability, and artificial intelligence. It must promote design thinking and system engineering, support lifelong learning, and encourage global collaboration and policy understanding. Professional practice must evolve to integrate sustainability metrics into security design. Sustainability metrics in the context of engineering security system refer to measurable indicators that assess the environmental, social, and economic impact of technology solutions. Key sustainability metrics include energy efficiency, such as power consumption per operation or carbon footprint, use of renewable resources, system life cycle impacts, including recyclability and material sourcing, and accessibility to diverse population. Additionally, metrics may evaluate how well solutions support long-term resilience, equity, and ethical considerations, ensuring that security innovation do not compromise future generations or marginalized groups. Organizations and engineering teams should use agile development methods and approach in software and system design that emphasizes flexibility, quick iteration, and continuous feedback to address security threats more quickly and effectively. Instead of following a rigid step-by-step process, agile development allows teams to adapt to new threats as they arise, implement solutions rapidly, and update security measures regularly. This is especially important in today's fast-changing environment, where new vulnerabilities and risks can emerge suddenly. By using agile development, engineering teams can respond to challenges with speed and adaptability, helping to protect systems, data, and people more effectively. Engineering practitioners must embed ethical frameworks into innovation pipelines, which means systematically incorporating ethical consideration and decision-making processes throughout every stage of developing new technologies and solutions. And that simply means that whatever we are innovating must take into consideration the users. How will it affect their health? How will it affect the environment that people live in? So, this involves not only identify potential risks and societal impacts thereon, but also ensuring that values such as privacy, fairness, equity, transparency, and accountability are an integral part of the design, implementation, and deployment of innovations. By doing so, organizations can proactively address ethical dilemmas, minimize unintended harm, and build trust with stakeholders. Ultimately, embedding these frameworks helps guide engineers and innovators to create technology that are not only effective and secure, but also socially responsible and aligned with broader human values. Equipping engineers for the future. To empower engineers to lead in sustainable security innovation, it is essential to provide access to open source tools and data sets, create innovation hubs and living labs, incentivize cross-sector partnerships, and support mentorship and leadership development. And I'm happy that the NSC chair is here. They are doing a lot in the area of mentorship, and that is commendable. Living labs are collaborative real-world environments where stakeholders, including researchers, industry professionals, policymakers, and end users, co-create, test, and evaluate new technologies, services, or policies in actual settings rather than controlled laboratory environment. These labs facilitate the iterative development and refinement of solutions by integrating user feedback and promoting experimentation with authentic context, within the authentic context. They are needed because the complexities of modern engineering challenges, particularly those involving sustainability, security, and ethical considerations, require interdisciplinary perspectives and active engagement with communities affected by new technologies. By fostering open innovation and continuous learning, living labs help ensure that solutions are not only technically effective, but also socially relevant, inclusive, and adaptable to real-world needs. This approach accelerates the adoption of innovations, identify potential issues early in the developmental process, and builds trust among stakeholders, ultimately contributing to more resilient and sustainable system. Open source resources democratize access to the latest technologies and methodologies, enables engineers from diverse backgrounds to collaborate, experiment, and scale solutions rapidly. Innovation halls and living labs serve as collaborative spaces where professionals, academics, and industry leaders can co-create, test, and refine security solutions in real-world environments, fostering practical learning and interdisciplinary engagement. Cross-sector partnerships, bridging academia, industry, government, and civil society are vital for combining expertise, resources, and perspective to address complex, evolving security challenges. These partnerships also facilitate the transfer of knowledge between sectors, accelerating innovation and adoption of sustainable practices. Mentorship and leadership development programs are crucial for nurturing the next generation of engineering leaders, promoting ethical decision-making, and equipping professionals with skills for navigating the rapidly changing technological landscape. Supporting lifelong learning through workshops, seminars, and conferences like this, and continuous education helps engineers stay current with emerging trends, especially in this era of AI, cybersecurity, and sustainability. Additionally, incentivizing participation in interdisciplinary projects and recognizing achievements in sustainable security innovation can motivate engineers to pursue impactful work that benefits society and environment. You cannot underpay your engineers and expect the best from them. So the engineer must be properly incentivized. And when I talk about engineer, I'm not talking about NSC people. I'm talking about all of us in the family. Engineers, technologists, technicians, and craftsmen. Now let me speak briefly about the situation in Nigeria. In view of the discussion that we have had above, addressing Nigeria's security situation requires a multifaceted approach that leverages technology, policy reform, and community engagement. First, strengthening intelligence gathering and cybersecurity capabilities is essential. With investments in AI-driven threat detection and robust digital infrastructure, encouraging collaboration between government agencies, academic institutions, and industry partners can foster innovative solutions tailored to local threats such as terrorism and organized crime, kidnapping, and banditry on my mind. Second, policymakers should prioritize the development and enforcement of regulatory frameworks that support both innovation and safety, while promoting international cooperation to tackle transborder threats. The truth is that Nigeria alone cannot fight terrorism. We need international power to support us, and that is the truth. Engineering professionals need to advocate for sustainable design in security projects and participate in ongoing professional development to remain ahead of emerging risks. Finally, community awareness programs and inclusive policy dialogues can help build trust, resilience, and shared responsibility for security across all sectors of our society. Recommendation for stakeholders. Academic institutions should bring together faculty and experts from diverse fields such as computer science, environmental engineering, social sciences, policy studies, and ethics. By designing curricula that integrate technical skills like cybersecurity, AI, and system engineering with coursework on sustainability, social impact, and technical frameworks, these programs can address the complex challenges at the intersection of technology and society. Collaborative project-based learning, joint research initiatives, and partnership with industry and government can further enrich student experience and ensure that graduates are equipped to tackle real-world security and sustainability issues. Additionally, establishing shared research centers and innovation labs can foster interdisciplinary collaboration and provide hands-on opportunities for students to work on sustainable security solutions. Regular workshops, seminars, and guest lectures from practitioners across sectors will help keep the curricula relevant and responsive to emerging trends and challenges. It is in this sense that I commend the interdisciplinary-based conference that brought us together this afternoon to brainstorm on innovations that will help secure our future. We want to facilitate industry academia's collaboration on real-world challenges and promote research on AI ethics, resilience, and green security technologies. We cannot overemphasize that. Engineering professionals should engage in continuous upskilling in AI, cybersecurity, and systems thinking. Advocate for sustainable design principles in security projects and participate in policy dialogues and standard setting bodies. So discussing issues with about security goes beyond security agents. It includes all of us. Policymakers should fund research and innovations in sustainable security technologies, establish regulatory frameworks that balance innovation and safety, and promote international cooperation on transborder security threats such as ISWAP, Boko Haram, and the like. In conclusion, I wish to reiterate that security is no longer just about protection. It is about preservation. Preservation of life, liberty, and the planet. As engineers, technologists, technicians, craftsmen, and engineering tradesmen, we are builders of systems. We are innovators. And I sincerely hope that by the end of this conference, participants will come up with many innovative solutions to these security challenges. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please, shall we give an ovation and a round of applause for that powerful presentation? Indeed, we want to thank God for your life and appreciate your doggedness. And the paper was so sweet, and we can see that this is a great academy. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, I want to welcome every one of us to this occasion. In the course of delivering that keynote address, we have with us a powerful and giant individual, a captain of industry, an engineer par excellence, a man who has what it takes to work closely with His Excellency. Honorable Lucky Urimiso Ajidatiwa. I have the privilege and honor to welcome Engineer Dr. Johnson Alabi, the Honorable Commissioner for Energy and Mineral Resources in those states. Sir, you're welcome. At this point in time, we want to go into the next item of the agenda, which is going to be the goodwill messages. We want to entertain one or two goodwill messages from the audience before we move to the next line of action. Let me use this privilege again to acknowledge the presence of the Imperial Royal Majesty, And I believe that it's good to be one of the, to give a goodwill message. Before it gets to him, please, is there anyone here? Okay. Let me invite to the podium Engineer Dr. Otumba Akinsonya. God bless you, sir.
To the people on the high table, to participants, it is a very great pleasure to be here. I've come on behalf of my rector, Engineer Dr. Temitope John Alake, the rector of Federal Polytechnic Ekiti, who will have been here except for the serious assignments. Currently is hosting the council of the Federal Polytechnic Ekiti, and he has decided that I should represent him. The goodwill message is actually on behalf of him. Incidentally, too, Engineer Dr. Lake is an electrical engineer like myself. We have studied into sustainable development and sustainable security. So the topic you are having is apt and quite very, very important at a junction like this, when the security issue in the country is beyond our control. We wish you and the organizers, we wish you well. And for the participants, we are expecting contributions and tailor solutions into the matter of sustainable security. When we speak sustainable, it's more than providing. It must be provided, must be maintained, must be seen to be able to stay over time. And that's the beauty of today's deliberation. We wish you well on behalf of my rector. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. My guys is the director of Olusegun Obasanjo Engineering Innovation at Do Ekiti Federal Poly. Any other person to give a goodwill message before I finally give the microphone to Kabiyesi for his royal message? Okay, shall we put our hands together for Kabiyesi?
The Honorable Commissioner, sir, Dr. Temi Koton, let me say I'm delighted meeting you today. The name I heard, but the person I know see. All distinguished personalities on the top table here. Let me start by saying, Kabiyesi Olowo said I should greet you. He is presently in Abuja for the Southwest Traditional Rulers Committee meeting. Well, I wouldn't want to join issues with technician Ijawoye. I wouldn't want to join issues with him. Yes, some of us, we started engineering here. But maybe because we were lazy or because one lecturer did scared some of us away. And I think we were about 3 or 4, you know. He just decided to, this lecturer, in Wala too much, Jare, make we go read other courses. And that's why we cannot be called engineer today. I accept I'm a technician. Having said that, let me also say that I appreciate the paper delivered. By the time I was coming, let me digress a little bit. My personal assistant said, Kabiyesi, Agbada ńkọ́? And I said, Àwùjọ àwọn tí ò kì í wọ agbádá ni mò ń lọ. So pé tí n bá wọ agbádá, I will be heard. And while we were coming, I was praying. Ọlọ́run má mà jẹ́ kí kábíyèsí ọlọ́ba wọ agbádá o. And the moment I saw him, I said, yes, prayer answered. Because it will not be too good for engineers to wear agbada. So, Kábíyèsí Ọlọ́ba, you are on duty now, you are excused. Yes, a lot of researches. In fact, this country has over-researched. The problem has always been actual implementation of those research, whatever you get out of those research efforts. We like to talk much. In fact, we speak good grammar than the Queen, and it has not taken us anywhere. Ọ̀rọ̀ wa wá dàbí àwọn bàbá wa ní ọmọ wù mí tó ń ṣẹ́yún ara ẹ̀ ló ń tàn. Tọ́mọ bá wù kò ní máa ṣẹ́yún. You see, we research, we get results from our research, good results. But at the implementation stage, you will not see us. And for every research, the product is to be used appropriately, then the result will come. Unfortunately, we don't use the product of our researches. Ẹ má bínú ẹ jọ̀ọ́, the pastors here, ẹ má bínú. Àwọn bàbá wa, imam tó bá wà níbí, ẹ má bínú, that I want to digress. Ẹsẹ̀ Ifá kan wà. Òfún lọ́wọ́ ọ̀tún, ògbè lọ́wọ́ òsì. Nígbà táwọn babaláwo papọ̀, wọ́n ń pè ní òfúnnàgbè. Ó wá dífá fún ọmọ ìyá mẹ́ta. Ojú ọmọ ń pọ́n wọn, ojú owó ń pọ́n wọn. Wọ́n wá mú èjì, wọ́n fi kún ẹ̀ta, wọ́n wá gboko aláwo lọ. Ṣé bàbá ẹ yẹ̀ wá lọ́wọ́ kan ìbò wo, ojú ọmọ ń pọ́n wa. And that is what we do, the researches. Babaláwo wá da Ifá, àwárí Ifá méjì lójú ọpọ́n, òfún lọ́wọ́ ọ̀tún, ògbè lọ́wọ́ òsì. Babaláwo wá yan nǹkan ẹbọ fún wọn pé kán lọ rúbọ. Àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta ní ìtọ̀, itọ́, àtọ̀. Nígbà tán kúrò nílé babaláwo, àwọn méjì ní babaláwo ti kúndùn jù, kó ṣáà máa jẹran lójoojúmọ́ ni. Aláfẹ́ bímọ, aláfẹ́ lówó, ká lọ méwúrẹ́ wá, ká mú òkété wá, ká mépo wá, èròjà ọbẹ̀ ló ti dúró yẹn. Wọ́n wá ṣe. Àbúrò wọn léńje tó jẹ́ àtọ̀, òun nìkan ló wá rúbọ. Òun lẹbọ gbè. Ìdí nìyẹn léni tó fi jẹ́ pé àtọ̀ nìkan ló ń dọmọ, itọ́ ò lè dọmọ, ìtọ̀ ò lè dọmọ. My advice is this: engineers, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, let us see how we can digress and move critically from these our paper researches. Thank God the Honorable Commissioner is here, because government will have a big role to play. Most of those researches, government sponsored them. But if you get to the archives of government, you find a lot of them piled up there. And we cannot move forward. Definitely no. Agbebo, Arubo, Adenikebo, kó gbà kó fín. The other side to security, thank God, Kabiyesi Oloba is here. He will bear me witness. Only the Abalaye type is an engineer, but at the same time, he can attest to the potency of the other side. Abi Kabiyesi Oloba. I will talk from experience. All of us will, by either reading or whatever means, heard of the terrorism sometimes in Ukweme by kidnappers. All these methods were applied. And unfortunately, even the policemen we rely on, the whole Ukweme, let me tell you this in public, the whole Ukweme as it is, we only have 5 policemen. Out of the 5, 3 are women. One of them has a wound on the leg, so he cannot even wear boot. He's always wearing slippers to go and pursue kidnappers. And the beauty of it, so to say, is that they only have 1 gun. So the question is, can we rely on that? No. So we pay lip service to a lot of things in this country. About a week ago, the president said, withdraw all policemen guiding VIP. But as at this morning, as still they see them, they never withdraw them. Even the problem will be, even if and when they are withdrawn, they will not be able to perform optimally because they have been compromised where they were. Somebody that will see extra 20, 30, 40,000 from his oga, you now take him to Ukweme to receive only salary, and you say he will work for where? So please, researchers, I agree you are doing your own part of it, but also simplify these things. They needed to be simplified. The area of the third sign Q over tangent, so for God's sake, it's not taking us anywhere. Let us be practical with our science researches and engineering. I will leave you with this to complement what my Oga has said. About a week or 2, there was this alarm of an helicopter. So we were searching. One of my chief here is here. He joined them in the search party. For 5 hours, they were combing everywhere. But when one of the security agencies, I won't mention now, because I'm not a PRO, came with a drone, lo and behold, we saw more than where they could go. And that is the essence of this engineering and technology we are talking. But the question again will remain, how many drones do we have? That would take me to the issue of governance. Honorable Commissioner, I'm sorry, I may offend you here. You see, the truth is, it's high time we decided what we want. The moment we don't consciously decide on the type and kind of people who want to lead us, we will be moving in a vicious cycle. And the problem of this leadership, I'm sorry, one man, I think Engineer Ijawoye will know him. Let me massage his ego now. Let me massage your ego. Oyan Rugulem. There was a time this polytechnic was in crisis. He sang a very good song that I sing up to today. God bless you, sir. All of us. Be Nigeria said that all of us. All of us. Particularly two of us. Incidentally, I cannot divorce myself from one of the parties. The religious and traditional leadership. They sold us out. Today you see churches everywhere. Today everybody wants to become an Oba. And the moment you are an Oba, Kabiyesi, your Oba is here. I have never seen a pauper, however diligent he may be in that community, wọ́n lè fi jẹ oyè bàbá ẹ̀ wò. Kò ṣeé ṣe. Ẹni tó bá lówó ló máa jẹ. And that again leads to ẹni tí ò tọ́ sóyè àwa máa jẹ oyè. Yorùbá dẹ̀ ní tí ọmọ àlè ilé bá ti dàgbà, ilé yẹn á scatter ṣáà ni. Then the religious leaders, I have never seen an old woman who will come to the church every day, sweep the compound, sweep inside and outside the church. Kò lè jẹ̀yà ìjọ o. The church will prefer somebody in Lagos who attends services maybe once in a year to be the ìyá ìjọ of that church. So, it has now become all of us money, money, and money. Nǹkan tó gbé wa débi tá a wà lélẹ́yìí o. No decent, disciplined, responsible person will ever be a counselor of a ward though. Tí o bá ti lówó. So, why am I saying all this is that we should try to be different. And let's see. You see, the problem with Nigeria as I see it is leadership. And unfortunately, followership will provide the leadership. So we cannot provide or produce leaders who are not part of us. Somebody will leave a community. 2 years after, he will come with 5, 20, 50 million worth of vehicle. Nobody will ask him, 2 years, how did you go about this? The next thing will be, the Kabiyesi will say, please come. So it will now be a tug of war between the pastor and the Kabiyesi. The pastor will say, come and become the Ọ̀tún ìjọ or Baba Ewe. The Kabiyesi will also say, come and become the Babalaje Ọ̀tún ìlú. But nobody will bother to know. So when those people get to position, this is the result we are seeing. God bless you all.
Kabiyesi, I want to appreciate God for your wisdom. Like I said the other time, he has reason for not continuing with the engineering profession. No wonder he diversified. And by special grace of God, he's a fellow of Nigeria Institute of Public Relations, if I'm trying, yes. And he's a journalist by special grace of God. And he's a prolific writer. Very, very good. Onyiboye. Yes, Kabesi. God bless you. Yes, sir, Kabesi. Thank you very much, sir. At this point in time, because of our time, let me quickly recognize the presence of Mr. Eson Oluwadare Joseph, Department of Library and Information Sciences, representing Faculty of Social Science and Communication Studies, Dean. You're welcome, sir. Shall we put our hands together for him? Yes, we are moving to the next line of action where we'll be bringing to the podium now the lead paper presenter. And I know that even if I thought it's a lengthy one, but because of our time, I know he knows how to do justice to it. So that at least, because it's not easy to have PhD and also an engineer. As I invite Comrade Adidas as he gives his citation. Shall we put our hands together for him, please?
Protocol. As part of the key takeaways from the keynote presenter were the fact that engineering innovation for sustainable development system involves integrating cutting-edge technologies to enhance safety while maximizing environmental impact. And some of the key takeaways were the deployment of artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, drone and surveillance cameras, cybersecurity measures, energy efficiency solutions, remote security services, sustainable supply chains, particularly community engagement and policy initiative, public awareness campaign, partnership and collaboration, innovation, establishment of smart cities, predictive analysis, training and capacity building. And this brings to the fact that in Ekiti State in 1998, the first civil engineer was employed at the state ministry and has progressed from one role to another following his brilliant and hard work. Dr. Engineer Stephen Olukayode Ibijola holds a philosophy doctorate degree in civil engineering from the University of KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa, Masters of Engineering in Transportation Engineering from the Federal University of Technology, Akure, Masters of Public Administration from Federal University, Oye, Ekiti State, Masters of Project Management from Federal University of Technology, Akure, and a Bachelor of Engineering in Civil Engineering from the University of Benin. He is currently undergoing a Master of Supply Chain and Procurement Logistics at the Federal University of Technology, Akure. In 2016, he was among the 3 selected Nigerians to undertake an international course on transportation planning and safety at the Indian Institute of Technology, India. He was the only Nigerian among the 25 selected participants in Africa by the United Nations to undertake a course on transportation infrastructure development in Africa at the United Nations African Institute for Economic Development and Planning, Dakar, Senegal. Ibijola was the only Nigerian among the 25 selected scholars across the world who took a postgraduate course on road safety at Delft University of Technology, Netherlands. He was among the 21st selected scholars across the world to undertake the international course on sustainable mobility at the Center for International Postgraduate Studies of Environmental Management, Sustainable Mobility at the Center for International Postgraduate Studies and Environment, CIP-SEM, Technology in Germany. These studies were on full scholarship. He has received international road safety training at the Johns Hopkins University, America, British Columbia Institute, Canada, the United Nations Institute of Training and Research. Engineer Dr. Ibijola registered as an engineer with Korean in 2007. He is a fellow of Nigerian Society of Engineers, Institute of Highway Engineers, UK, Nigeria Institute of Safety Engineers, Nigeria Institution of Highway Transportation Engineers, and also a fellow of the Nigerian Institution of Civil Engineers. He is a member of American Society of Engineers and Transport Development Institute. Ibijola was the General Secretary of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Ado-Ekiti branch in 2023, and a member of the award committee at the national level of NSC in 2023 as well. Coupled with several selfless services in different communities, either as chairman or member. He has academic publication accredited international journals, and several other international conferences and technical papers to his credit. He has also presented public lectures in Ekiti State and beyond. Engineer Dr. Ibijola developed the criteria table for the administration for determination of roundabout functional quality of service. Ibijola has supervised no fewer than 100 road projects in different capacities. He was the third best civil servant in category 2 in Ekiti State in 2010, the second best civil servant in category 1 in 2012. He received a letter of commendation for his hard work from the late Deputy Governor of Ekiti State in 2011. He was awarded the Award of Excellence by the Nigerian Society of Engineers Ado-Ekiti branch in 2021, prior to receiving an award for his remarkable achievement by the Federal University of Technology Civil Engineering Department in 2024. He became the Director of Civil Engineering Department at the State Ministry of Works in 2016, but on deployment as the infrastructure engineer to Ekiti State Rural Access and Agricultural Marketing Project, Ekiti RAMP, a World Bank SOCO-sponsored project in 2029. He is currently the permanent secretary in Ekiti State Civil Service just in 2025. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor to present, to deliver a lead paper in this international conference of revered engineer Dr. Stephen Olokayode Ibijola.
As my Oga said, when it comes to protocol, I'm not as good. So permit me as well to stand on the existing protocol. But I will give honor to whom honor is due. These are the custodians of culture and tradition. The Kabiyesi and the Kabiyesi, I respect you. I will start from where the Kabiyesi probably stopped. It's a little bit digression from the topic of today. That we have so many research, but we keep them inside our drawer. Sir, Kabiyesi, it's because there is no synergy between the industry and the academics. And I will say this. The academicians as well should sit tight. From my experience, I always form synergy with them in any office I find myself. Like I go to Ado Polytechnic, I go to EXU, the schools around us, and I tell them, please send me IT students. But something happened in one of the institutions I will not mention, sir. We always give them a control test. But in one of the institutions, when they brought the results, institute density results, they told us that the soil they compacted, the density was higher than that of rock. It generated a very serious argument, and I told the person, a doctor so to said, that please go through, but instead for him to come back with probably adjustments or corrected value, he never came back to us. So, and based on that, I have to stop that contract with the institution and move down to a private person. So if we are to form synergy, if we are to move forward, the two parties should be serious. Honorable Commissioner, sir, I think I have to say this, sir. Thank God you are here. We have a lot to do. I, myself, and one of the staffs there school in South Africa, when there are problems in industry, they bring those problems to our school of learning. And they will see, okay, is this good for maybe undergraduate project, PhD project, master's project, OND, HND? You now see that instead of wasting enormous money fund on consultancy, all you need to do is sponsor this project with mega money. And the result you are going to get, sir, is something that will move the society forward. So I believe, Kabesi, this will actually resolve the problem of not using the result from research. So my slide, please. Thank you for that. It's a very good observation. Okay. Though this is the third conference, I expected the organizers to have a screen either there or here. Because if I'm presenting with slide, you don't expect me to be looking behind. And moreover, those on iTable, they should be able to see. Or probably you project it over there. So what we are going to cover, I will do introduction. The introduction might be a bit long. Importance of sustainable security system, key principles, innovations, sustainable physical security technology. Next slide. Integration with digital and cyber security system. Then just 2 case studies. Then we look into challenges and future direction. Now, when I got this topic, when I was told, I felt yes, we are getting ready in terms of academics. But I pray that the system will get ready. Because as it's coming at the point when we are to wake up, when we are to do something and stop reliance on external assistance. One reason why we are not moving forward is because we are not contributing. I don't think Nigeria should be a place where all we have around us should be assembly plants. Our research is, what do we bring out from it? So please, let's move. Okay, let me go to my slide. Sorry. I can't be looking back, so. Yeah, unprecedented challenges threatening the very foundation of our existence. We have caused trouble on earth. The way we met this place, that's not the way we're having it now. Gradually and gradually, we cultivated, we cut trees, we destroy, we did a lot of things. Now it's telling on us. And these have led to climatic change. I know we have a lot of elders, eh? The weather we had about 50 years ago, that's not the same weather we have. I think it wasn't not last year that we had rain all through till December. And probably that was all led to food scarcity. So these have led to serious climatic change. And let's go to energy consumption. The population of Nigeria as at the time we got independence was under 50 million. Am I right? Oh, thank you. But the population now is what? Getting close to 300, I think over 200 million. Now approaching 300 million. But despite that, are we really increasing the energy generation to meet up with the population? We are not doing that. So we can attest that there is energy problem. I don't need to tell anyone about insecurity. Because as at yesterday, there was a video moving around that some people said they are coming to EXU and that they will be going to. So that tells the peak of insecurity as per physical insecurity. I was going to Abuja on, that was Monday, I went to Abuja on Monday. I wanted to book flight. When I put my PIN number, my card number, and I was to get a code, the code was sent to another number. That tells about cyber insecurity. I have to call the bank. Up till now, the bank could not tell me the reason why the phone number on my ATM was changed. So it implies that we have both physical and cyber insecurity. There are a lot of insecurity, as the first presenter told us. We have fire insecurity. We have a lot of insecurity, but these two are key and they are major. Now, what of water scarcity? Like the bore in my house, I have to test it every 2 years. But now we have so much contaminated the soil with chemicals, with fertilizers, that those water that our parents were drinking, the same river that is flowing, if you drink it now, where? Hospital. So these are the problems we have caused for ourselves. And likewise, social insecurity. In developed nations and some developing countries, the same supermarket the child of president will go is the same place the child of somebody selling tomato will go. The same hospital. I was in one hospital, I told my very good friend, I said, if this should be Nigeria, I don't think I will be opportune to be here. So we have social inequalities. Where I'm driving to is, I want us to know what sustainability is all about, because this topic is not about insecurity, it's about the sustainability of the system. Where are we? I believe that's not insecurity, right? So, next slide. Now, based on all this, our environment is already in trouble. If you go to Lagos, inside Dodop, don't roll up your vehicle. After 30 minutes, carry white handkerchief and clean your face. You see that it's black. So now it implies that our environment is already in what? In serious mess. When you are coming from developing countries, when you get up, you see trees as if they are not buildings. But do you know how I know Nigeria? Immediately I see that there is no tree. I see brown roofs. I say, yes, I don't reach house. So we have cut down trees that give oxygen to maintain this system. So it implies that the system we met then, we can no more sustain it. That's where sustainability comes. Now, as engineers, we have roles to play. It's on our shoulder. Because irrespective of any profession you talk about, engineering is key. Even the paper and pen to write is from what the engineers developed. Next slide. Now, the future of our planet depends on the ability to balance human needs with environmental sustainability. Don't forget, security is one of the needs. So as an engineer, we have the power to shape the future and create the world that is more equitable, resilient, and sustainable. So you now see that it's quite beyond integral of integral, this and that. But I will say something. Kabesi, sorry sir, he said we have to stop integral. We cannot stop it all. With due respect, I will explain. Those things, we don't make use of them in the field. But it sharpens your brain towards reasoning. When you do 3, 4, 5 integral, now you start thinking as an engineer. Since I left university, I don't think I've done any integral something. But when I'm to reason, and someone who is not in engineering is to give probably advice, those things have sharpened and probably taught my brain sharper way of reasoning. That's the reason why you can't stop it. Because immediately you stop it, many of our engineers will start reasoning like carpenters. So don't let us get to that point. Move on. Now, let me give sustainability in a way we understand it. When I was coming, I drove to a place where they told me that was an engineering faculty. When I got there, she told me I should come here. Immediately I got here, I realized there is something being called sustainability. You know why? When I got there, the paint has faded off. The building wasn't as it was when I entered this school in 1997 or 98. It implies that they could not sustain how it was. Now, see this all. Maybe by the time we are coming after 10 years, one window is broken, one light is off. So now it implies that the usage is causing problem for the coming generation. So what we have done to the world, the way we are using this environment, we are now causing problem for the coming generation. So if you cannot let this all be as it is in the next 50 years, then it's not sustainable. I think all of us now understand what sustainable is all about. Because if we don't take it this way, from elementary, we will not really get it. Next slide. So sorry, I won't go through all those literatures. I want to break it down very well. Sorry, I think I will need water. Now, because of the problem we have caused, we now have sustainable developmental goals. And what does this goals, what does it actually want to do? Is to sustain this world in such a way that our existence at the moment does not create problem for the generation in the next 500 years. I pray we'll get there. But as we are in this country called Nigeria, when others are moving, they are running. We have not started. So now, going through all this, I don't need to read them. You see that we have a lot to do. Next slide. There is affordable, there is a place where we have peace there. Go back. Okay, hold on. Now, no, next slide. If you look at the third one there, the first word there, who can tell me? Peace. In as much there is insecurity, can we have peace? So that's where we are moving today. Like someone told me when he saw that thing yesterday. My friend is a professor in Nexu. He posted it to me. I didn't reply him. He called me. I said, I've seen it. He said, oh boy, that's the way we talk. He said, I don't think I'll go to school tomorrow. And I told him, I said, if they are sending source messages, it's not for tomorrow. So immediately he saw that message, peace disappeared from his mind towards his workplace. So when we are talking of insecurity, then peace is being affected. Next slide. Now, when you are talking of sustainability, three things come together. The environment we find ourselves. Is it okay for us? Is it peaceful? Are we really breathing in the right air? Are we free of pollutions? Is the economy stable? Thank you. Sorry, I don't use cups. She's my very good friend. Don't mind that. So, is the economy stable? Like all of us, we know what is going on. Immediately, the naira value change. A lot of vehicles disappear on the road. When naira value change, when subsidy was removed, those who are probably traveling to cities, what happened? They'll say, I beg, send your account number. Yeah, it affected me as well. So when the economy is not stable, there are a lot of things that happens. Death, people cannot afford to go to hospital. You know, at a point in time, when people go to hospital and they tell them the bill, I was in the hospital sometimes. I pity one elderly man. The man was discharged. And I asked the children, why? They said, because they cannot afford to pay the bill. And I knew that man was going home to die. So these are the effects of economy. What of socio-economic inequality? When my guy's profile was read, he said he could not afford to go to Christ school because of 1 naira. Should it be like that? So either you are the son of president or son of whoever, we should have the same treatment socially. Next slide. Do you know why I brought up this? Because when we get to insecurity, I'm likely to tell you how it affects all. Next slide. Now, in the 21st century, no, hold on. Ensuring security for individuals, organizations, and critical infrastructure has become a cornerstone of societal resilience. I don't think I need to explain this, do I? If you want, I'll go talk. Now, when you see what is happening in this present 21st century, we're already in trouble. What was not happening before now, like a bandit sending message that is coming to attack. And now, as he's sending that, we are not even so sure. We don't believe in our government anymore. Thank God for Kabiyesi used to talk about traditional security system, which I think is the most sustainable way, because it doesn't have any effect, no pollution, nothing whatsoever. But the problem is, how does it work? We don't know. So Kabiyesi is, maybe with time. No, it might sound funny. Go on internet. There was a time in South Africa, they said they wanted to start BSc witchcraft. Go and read about it. Look, by the time we start bringing out the phenomena, the principles, how these things work, probably will not be in all this mess. In one place in Ondo State, I don't want to say, but kidnappers went there, thunder struck, kill all their cows. It happened 2 times. I believe till date, that community is having their peace. But how does it work? We don't know. That's the major problem we have. Yes. So I believe those who might want to know is another school entirely. Because it doesn't give any pollution. Just follow the rules, that's all. But if you don't follow the rules, you might pay for it. So now, the proliferation of threatening range from cyber intrusion, I told you, to physical breaching the state, robust security system. Because of what is happening now, the security system we were applying as far back as 1990, when my parents could afford to leave me to go to North alone. That's why there was no phone call. When I get there, I have to write home until 2 weeks. They don't know I'm there. Now, who can do that? So now, because of that now, there is need for robust security system. So this system often rely on energy-intensive processes and environmental hazardous materials, which contribute to ecological degradation and undermine sustainability goals. So Yoruba will say, we'll be thinking we are doing ourselves good, but in actual fact, as we're attending to insecurity, we are killing ourselves and giving problem for the coming generation. Next slide. Now, why do we need sustainable security system? The energy consumption. Most of these things we now use for the security system consume energy. That's the modern. They told us now that it takes 1% of energy consumption as at 2020. If care is not taken, it will keep going up. And as it's going up, don't forget these things rely on fossil fuels. And where they have these fossil fuels, we see, they say the fishes are not, they are dying. This problem of pollution. Thank God we are not in Delta and River State. They know what they face. You get to your farm, you want to plant, you see oil everywhere. So now, when this now keep increasing and the energy generation, especially in Nigeria, is not increasing, what happens? We're in trouble. So traditional CCTV cameras, if you have CCTV camera in your house, automatically it's 24 hours. And immediately they tell you, say, okay, CCTV camera don't die, your P safe go come out. No, these are reality. Your CCTV, you can check, okay, what's going on. They now tell you, okay, NEPA is taking light to CCTV is off, and someone now told you that your dog is barking. So these are issues. It might sound funny, but they are reality. Then what of electronic waste? I'm telling you that the waste we generate worldwide is about 53 or 54 million tons. And very small part of it is being recycled. Sir, when you see nylon takes almost 100 years to decay. And that's the reason why now some people are now using it for landfill. But how many landfill will you have? Some countries have even stopped the usage of nylon. But many of these things, they are being made from components that they don't easily decay. And what do? Immediately your camera is bad. I'm using camera because all of us know it. Remove, bam, throw away. That small thing you are throwing away all over the world. Put them together in a year, and the amount of waste you are generating. And do you know that this is where it affects economy? Because the money to treat waste, those in government understand. Every month they put certain amount to treat waste. Now, apart from that, what about the money they spend on it? You know, there's so much money being spent on security gadgets go into operation and maintenance. Reason being that by the time you buy it, you have put the money once. Now you are supplying energy, you are maintaining, you are buying data on your camera, and this money you now keep spending that all through the life of the device. Now at the end of 10, 15 years, if the device is still good, put all the money together and compare to the cost you use in buying it. So now engineering now is what we use now to harness all this and remove or reduce all these effects. Next slide. Now, what's the importance? When you're talking of sustainable security system, you know, I said I'm not talking about security here. Because the security is there and it's for the people to handle it. I'm not a police officer, neither am I a military officer. But how can we now use whatever we have? Because it's the product of engineering research and outputs that the military people will use to harness their security system. So what do we give them that will not kill the society? So one, saves energy. You have to, when you save energy, you know there are times they will say, transformer ye. Sorry, I have to die. Is there anybody who does not understand Yoruba? If you do, you can raise up your hand so I will not to. Okay, they will say this transformer is not so strong. We'll give light to this street today, and we'll give light. They call it load shedding in some part of the world. Now, it's when we save the energy that now led to the issue of having 3 watts bulb. When I was young, we were using 100, 200 watts bulb, that yellow bulb. Nobody cared. But when the need for energy now started increasing, in my house now I use 3 watts and 5 watts bulb. You know why? So that others can have access to it. So that's part of it. Now, reduces waste. You know, I've talked about it. When you go into sustainable security system, you'll be able to contribute to the economy. Because why? The money being spent on waste management and the effect of waste on the system will be reduced. At the same time, it reduces maintenance costs. Why? We all know this. It gives healthy environment. Next slide. Now, let's go to the key principles. This is where now you have to come in as engineers. One, energy efficiency and renewable energy integration. You know, when you are talking of energy efficiency, your design should be in such a way. Look, when I'm explaining, I may not explain as you are saying it directly. I just give this so that when you have it, you can read it. When you are making your design, what are the recommendations? Now, I know I talk about 200 watts bulb. Now, we have got to 3 watts bulb. Now, when you are making your design, I know a lot of students are very brilliant. How efficient is the energy consumption of what you are giving? If what you have in existence is 5 watts, can you try and make it 1 watt? And at the same time, we have renewable energy, solar system. When I look at the team, sorry, I was getting to the gates when I saw the flyer sent to me because I was given the topic to prepare this slide. So I was going through the flyer. The first thing I saw there was subsidy remover. I smiled. You know why? Subsidy remover has helped us a lot. Very many of us who are using generator, we now run to renewable energy. No, that's the truth. So now, for you now to, like the CCTV I have in my house, 8 camera, I was relying on supply from NEPA and generator. But my immediately subsidy remover came in. I realized I cannot be putting on generator all the night. You know what I did? I ran into renewable energy. So all the cameras in my house, the 8 cameras that were using electricity before, now they are redundant. I just put them there so that immediately they see that there is camera, they run. But now I've now installed, that's the truth. I know as I'm saying it here, I know some people as well, they have done that in their houses. So what I now did was, I now went to buy the cameras with panels. And since I bought them, I don't maintain anything. I don't. And when I now look into the money I was even investing on fuel, compared to, sir, I've even stopped National Grid. Yeah. So when I look into what I was investing on fuel, compared to what I just put there without maintenance of generator, without buying fuel, it has helped the society. So, even, God bless you, sir, even noise. So now when you are designing your equipment, your apparatus, your devices for security system, your CCTV, your whatsoever, don't forget the neighbor energy system. Please move on. Eco-friendly material. This is another issue. You know, some materials are very hazardous. We all know them. When you are making your design, sir, all those hazardous materials, try to what? Do away with them. We have these biodegradable substances. Let me give an example. You know, I said they are facing nylon away. But it's a pity that that's what we are still using it. That small thing she's carrying will take 100 years to decay. Like now, they are now using paper. If you drop paper outside there and rain falls 2 times, by the time you are coming back next week, you are likely not to sit. So now, when you are making your design, try to look into which material is environmental friendly. That even when they are disposing it, it's not going to cause hazard. Are you aware that there are some things like maybe lead? When it drops somewhere, maybe on your roof and rain falls and you drink it, hospital. I don't want to use the word hazard though. Hospital yani. So all these things we have to take into account. Materials are still okay. Now design for disassembly. When I was young, when our radio has fault, the old radio, my father would go and throw it away. You know why? By the time they say they open the panel, the man will say, this panel, I don't know the language he was using then, that there is nothing they can do, that they have to throw it away. So we try as much as possible to bring up a design that we don't have to throw everything away. Like this laptop, my laptop had an issue. I took it to someone. They said the panel is faulty. I said, can't you repair it? He said, no, guy. We have to go and buy new panel. I know very many of us have witnessed that. So when you have these parts, you should be able to lose it. Bring some parts out. Changeable parts. Now, that we know what that will do. That will actually reduce waste. Instead of you throwing away the old gun, the old this, the old that, the old lancet, just lose it. Remove it. So these are ways that these things contribute to sustainability. Next slide. Scalable and adaptability. Yeah. When you have your device. I was in Abuja yesterday. I delivered a lecture and I talked so well on scalability and adaptability. The way your device is collecting data and sending it down. Let's KBSC talk about drone. You know, there are some drones now that when you fly them, they collect data, right? And they send it down. Your CCTV is collecting data and sending it down. These two ways of collecting data, is there any relationship? When there is no relationship and you are using different devices, you are not going to get the correct answer for your security. And this has been a major world problem. France will come out with their design and their own. America is not accepting it. France, UK is not accepting it. I was to buy a CCTV that has, what do you call it now? SIM card. You know what they wrote? They said if that SIM card is not European SIM card, that it will not work. Adaptability. So you now import your devices. You bring it to Nigeria, they tell you it cannot work. So we should be able to learn how to have it scaled and be able to adapt, not to the system now, to other devices. Next slide. Data efficiency. Yeah, edge computing. Okay, let's talk of data efficiency. You know, when it comes to issue of data, they have been able to have some things you put in your camera. It's not everything that it will send. Sorry, I'm using camera because I know all of us will know camera. It's only maybe when something goes across. But before it got to that level, if you connect camera, now every time the thing would enter your phone. No. In fact, then there was not even phone. It's going to record everything from beginning. This is even my house. When I get to the house, I have to check from beginning to the end. But now things have changed. That if somebody goes across, your phone will beep. So these are efficient data. You don't need enormous data, the whole world data. Now, privacy preserving. This is another serious issue. This, let me say this, it happened in my house. I installed camera at the back. The next man in my compound just tapped my door in the morning. He said, "Okay, you want to see what happened for my compound?" I have to say no. He said, no, he doesn't like that. And I said, okay, because the one I have is rotatory. Do you not have to go and change that thing and put stationed one there? So when you are designing, it implies it was then I now got to know that stationed camera try to focus more on privacy than the rotatory one. You know, we always buy rotatory. So when you are making your design, try to look into privacy. Next slide. Yeah. We have been able to look into the key issues. Let's now go to the innovations. We don't really need much to talk. We all know about smart sensors and IoT. I think it's one of the latest things now that is coming up. Am I right? Sensors leverage ultra low power micro disc and wireless Bluetooth, all the likes. Now, when you talk of smart sensors, how does it reduce energy? When I wanted to send this slide that time, she just brought her phone. I used Bluetooth. I transferred. And when we look at the type of equipment we use these days, if you fly your drone 500 meters away, you'll be here. You'll be seeing everything. Now, when we look into that, compared to where we were, you see that there is a lot of development. IoT is just a matter of you can put sensor, which we have in the drone, put sensor anywhere, and that sensor will be communicating to you. And many a times, those sensors consume very low light. I know we'll get somewhere, but let me quickly say something. Most of the street lights now, you are aware that light is an important aspect of security. You agree with me? Now, when you install your camera, don't forget to put one street light on top. But based on these sensors, the light will dim. Immediately somebody is approaching, it comes up. Now, research has shown that that small thing you are seeing is saving 70 to 80% of energy consumption. Because at night, when you are asleep, nobody is passing. So all these are the things we have to learn how to put into our design before we push them to security bodies. That's military and the likes. Next slide. AI. AI is another thing. Though we are aware that AI might give false information. And that's the reason the study of the usage of AI now in the world is really pushing. Though I know very soon is going to send a lot of people out of business. So we should learn how to use, this means that when you have enormous data, all those things you have generated, do you know, based on the data you have, you can predict what the security will be in the next 5 years. AI will tell you within a minute. Move on, next slide. Wireless technology, we have talked about this when I was giving a sample of Bluetooth and a lot of wireless technologies. Because all these things, what do? They save energy. Do you know what we'll have done? will have plugged a cable. That cable will have consumed energy before I could transfer. So all these things, like the 8 camera I told you I have at home. Those days, if I want to get data, I will come plug cable, plug it to my phone to download. Do you know, as I'm doing that, it might look so small that, okay, fine, it's maybe micro something watts, but now multiply that around the world and give me the value. You see those small things, you think they are so small. The energy you have to generate for that particular thing, someone will not be having light in his house. Next slide. Now, renewable energy, we have talked about this. We all know, what do you call it? Subsidy remover. This is part of the advantage of subsidy remover. Then eco-friendly hardware material. I use this. Like, I'm a friend of Temu. Though they always say, what you order is not what you get on Temu. But since I've been there, what I order is what I get. Do you know it was on Temu I got to know that you can get this hybrid solar wind system. So from here now, as wind is blowing, that wind that is blowing, you use it to do what? To power your system that will power your security system. Sorry, we are still talking about this. Very soon we'll get to the hardwares. You know, we are talking about internet of a thing. Next slide. Oh, please come back. Come back. Something is hidden here. Energy harvesting. The energy we need to run this world, God has provided it before He sent us to this world. Sunlight is there. And what? Wind is there. And these two things don't pollute our environment. But it's rather too unfortunate that we find ourselves going so deep in fossil fuel. I imagine if government should say that if you have solar system in your house, be paying so amount of money, it's likely to generate even more than electricity now. So please, next slide. Next slide. Now we have talked about all those gadgets that deals with direct electricity. But apart from that, no, most of those ones are just internal, then immediate environment. What are the real physical security gadgets we use? And many of these physical ones too, they should be sustainable. You can see firearms there, you can see barrier, and we can see security vehicles. There is one I will add now. Because when I saw the teams, road. Because if you call police officer, bam, something is happening, and the road to your house is not good. Police officer is not coming the next 1 hour. What happens? I was somewhere, I was young, I was in university, I went to greet a friend in Ife. Because then people believed that I was a very tough person. So armed robbers came to the house. And the ladies in the next flat, they started calling my name. But that kind of wow. You know what happened? I realized that if these thieves enter the house, they will ask, who is that Boda Kayode? Have to open the door and jump the fence. And alas, police never came until almost after 45 minutes. I might not know the reason, but I was so sure the road in that street was not good. So road. So let's move on. So I won't be like Boda Kayode Egbawa. Next slide. Now we have checkpoints. As in, you are going to the bank, you are going to some places, they check. Even CBN, they won't just allow you in. So these are the physical ones. Move on. Now, we are now taking those ones too. What we expected you to do as engineers. Material substitution. We all know that before now, we use very strong metal to manufacture guns. Am I right? But what stops us from using biodegradable fibers? Let me tell you, there are ways you can develop, through research, you can make your fibers as strong as steel. I have a friend came from Israel, very good friend. So we are cutting trees. I now told him, I said, why? I said, these are white wood, and those other ones are hardwood. You know what he told me? He said, Israel doesn't have wood. That if you treat this wood we call white wood, they are strong as hardwood. So through research, there is nothing you cannot achieve. So instead of using things that probably will be causing problem for the generation unborn, you know the problem we are solving now, we never caused it. Those people that live back 50, 15, 20 years when they were using 200 watts, they caused a lot of them. But now we are here to solve. So if you are not to cause problem for the coming generation through the security system that we are fighting now, we have to do what? Sit tight. Now, for ammunitions, they have been campaigning, stop lead. Even some people will say fuel, unleaded fuel. Lead is what? Is highly poisonous. It affects soils, it affects a lot of things. So instead of going for that, tungsten, copper, a lot of things can still have that strength of defending you when you see your enemy. Then manufacturing efficiency, I've talked about it. Make it in parts. And do you know when you make it in parts, it's very easy and cheaper to change parts than to buy whole. Next slide. Yeah, we have talked about arms. Sorry, people are checking time. Okay, don't worry, I will rush it. What happened is I just want people to get it clearly. You know, by the time we deliver this people and they are going back to their laboratory, they are going back to their research, they will know things to do to help this nation. We cannot continue this way. So, electric or hybrid vehicles. I think this is coming to Nigeria gradually. Because this one now, it will lessen the dependence on fossil fuel. So, many of our patrol vehicles, it's better to be this. Then, lightweight material vehicle. I used a vehicle in South Africa. The day I got to know that my bumper and many parts were rubber, I was shocked. She can testify. It was so neat, so strong. So there was a day something happened and I wanted to fix. I now tapped it in. A lot part of the body, bonnet, everything. So now when you do this and you reduce the weight, you're dependent on steel. You're dependent on things that at the point of production they are killing us. We do what? We reduce. Then autonomous and remote control vehicles. We have talked about it. Drone. I don't know why drone is becoming a problem that our security people don't have it. Up to now, I don't know. Because individually we get drone that can travel 500 meters. Somebody is just being kidnapped. Just set a drone that can move 1 kilometer before they move at different radius. But you'll be so surprised. It's there for them to come with things like this. They will be carrying gun. And until you see, you cannot shoot. There's another day. You won't learn it to Sami Sigba. Tigba ba sonu. Igba to ba ri gba lo che marami. Until if you make a mark on something, you lose. Until you see that thing, you can't see that mark. So until probably you see those people, that's when you can. But something that can tell you, please move. Kabiyesi told us, he said when drone was moving, that's what they could not get. But the question now is this: in this university, what is the research we have done on this thing? The world has gone past through. You want to make gun, you are talking of arc welding. Please, you have to key into the system. Because that your arc welding will kill the unborn generation. Please move on. Now, sustainable security infrastructure barrier. I don't think we have much problem on this. That's we should make it. You know, those days when you want to carry a barrier, it's always very, very heavy. That they have to put something. But these days now, the barrier, small boy can move it. Because barrier is just to stop you. It's not a security thing that you have to fight. The energy efficient operation, these days, there are times that when you move near, what happens? The thing will go by itself. It will come down by itself. But when you are designing it, what is the energy that you are designing? Is it the one that will take 200 watts and your next neighbor doesn't have light and thieves come to attack him? You have to be careful. Then low impact installation. Where you are installing, how you are installing. Does it affect cable? Does it affect a lot of things? Does it lead to you probably relocating one or two things? All these things, we should stop them. Next slide. I know she's checking time for me. Don't worry. Very soon I will. Integration with digital and cyber. Physical security technology. Increasing integrate with digital system for enhanced situation, awareness and controls. Now engineering ensure that this integration minimize. Now, do you know there are some vehicles now that when you move near them, some security vehicle is taking record of you and sending down to a place? Are you aware? And are you aware there are some vehicles that, some police vehicles, they have interconnectivity. When they are in town, if A is in Akure and B is in Owo, C is in Ifon, they are taking data and they are sending down to a place. So this is the interconnectivity between the physical and the internet of a thing. So all these things, I know we can do them. Those people in developed countries, when you go outside the world, you know, Nigerians have set good academic standard in every good universities in the world. Go and check. So if we have done that outside, what stops us? I know funding is an issue, but I pray with time, your lecturers will be able to access good funding. And Sherry or Motoba Kakpasoke, oh no. If you are not moving, nobody is ready to throw his money down into your research. Move on. Then, despite all these things we have talked about, we have problems, we have challenges. One, technical barrier. When I was in secondary school, they were teaching us calorimeter. The first day, I thought calorimeter was as big as bucket. The first day I saw calorimeter, I was shocked because I was calling 70, 80, 60. But when I saw it, I couldn't. Why? Because I have not been exposed to it. So we need a lot of people to go and learn these things. I always say one thing. When I want to spend my holiday, my friends know I spend my holiday in Africa so that I can enjoy my money. But when I want to acquire knowledge more, I go out there. So we should be sending people out now. Train them. Let them know the basis. When you know the basis, you can build on it. I think that's what China did. And Rwanda is doing the same thing now. Rwanda will employ you. When they use you, after a certain time, when somebody from Rwanda knows that thing, they push you out. So this school now, I think they should key into that. That's what they do in Rwanda. Now, economic constraint, no money. Okay, this thing we want by no money. This research, no money. I think it's time to sit tight and look for ways to make money. I'm sorry to say, when Foye came to Ado-Ekiti, I was shocked. They have covered everywhere. And X-ray is there. They met X-ray there. Now it's now becoming a big challenge, and that's business. So look for a way to make money into your institution and pump it on research. Next slide. Balance is correct, sustainability and privacy. We've talked about that one. Regulations and standard issue. This is another issue. That was when I was talking about adaptability. We have talked about that. Next slide. We'll soon be done. Now, in conclusion. Oh, sorry, before I conclude. Go and read about smart cities. Amsterdam, you can read about Amsterdam smart city. That they have cameras in a lot of places. And many of these cameras, what do they use? They detach them from national grid. So if you read about that, you know there are a lot of ways you can use technology that is sustainable, that will not affect your environment. And I think Lagos is about doing that, but I don't know whether we can actually get to that level. So engineering innovation is the catalyst for transforming security system into sustainable infrastructure that safeguard both human and environmental well-being too. Addressing technical and socio-economic challenges with interdisciplinary collaboration. That's key. Collaboration. You know, we've said all these things now. How did you go to ask those people in environmental? Say this thing where I want to do, I beg. How does it affect the environment? How do you balance it up with those people in finance? How do you balance it up with those people in sociology? So when you bring those people in and you are making your design, you will be able to balance it up. We ensure sustainable security system meet present and future demand. Next slide. Thanks for listening.
for that very fantastic, resourceful paper. Please let's jam our hands together. I have no doubt in my mind that every one of us, all participants in this conference, we have gained a lot. So on that case, please, I want you to please jam your hands together again with the paper presenter. Before we move to the next agenda, I quickly want to recognize the presence of the number one citizen of this citadel of learning, our amiable acting rector, Dr. Olorunwa Simon Adegun. You are most welcome, sir. Let me quickly recognize the Dean Faculty of Business Studies, Mr. M.O. Olopete. You are most welcome, sir. And the Director of Works and Maintenance Services, Builder Adiremi Adewodun. You are most welcome.
Thank you very much. We've all listened with rapt attention to the lead paper presenter for a wonderful job well done. I've said it the other time. It's like I'm in spirit that you travel to the north and no wonder you dress like this. Yeah, it is, sir. So no. Of course, the chairman of this occasion is there, and our amiable rector, and incidentally is the chief host. Is the one who wants to do justice to this section. We're going to the question and answers now. He will do that. Please, shall we put our hands together for him? Let's put our hands together for him, please. Like Yoruba say, only somebody who has no money or don't share, but we have badra. No long wa. Director, sir, you're welcome.
My KBC, sir, you're welcome. My Honorable Commissioner, yes, and member of the High Table, thanks so much. My colleagues and fellow scholars. Yes, I'm grateful to be here. Yes, I'm just cruising in from budget defense with the state house, so I'm sorry for coming behind schedule, but be as it may, we have listened. The paper is well presented, and I believe there are one or two questions, so that if you have an area or gray area you want more light to be thrown, so let us, if there are questions, let's quickly take it, so that we can signify. Yes, should I say number one? That's one. Then, how many do we take? That's two. You are number two, yes. Any other person? Question, please. Are we having two questions?
Good afternoon, Your Highness. Good afternoon, everybody. Sasa Mas, my college. My name is Adio Elijah. I'm a student I'm from the Department of Agricultural and Bioenvironmental Engineering Technology, APET. My question goes this way. Sir, you made mention of some things that Nigeria can not only fight insecurity with technology. Firstly, I will agree with that, and secondly, I will never agree. In such a way that Nigeria, we are not, government is not as that encouraging. So I want to ask, what's the way that, what's the actual way that Nigeria will be encouraging for only the students and the youths in order for us to be able to secure ourselves, because even presently we are facing insecurity. So what may be the main easiest way or the main route for us to be able to secure ourselves? And secondly, sir, you may mention about a drone, because Nigeria here we have major minerals that we can be able to transform into usable goods, like our material that we will be able to use to produce our drone. But even in time of education, we are not able to afford education with ourselves. in time of high price and all other high materials. So, how can government be able to put through with this in order for us to be able to access education one and all those materials that we'll be able to use in constructing all other engineering projects? And number three is that you said Nigeria is sponsoring technology. Though we are seeing it, but it's not enough, sir. So we need government to put through with all this, sir. Thanks. That's my question and my suggestion, sir.
Thank you for that. Number two. You don't want to? All right, go ahead then. That is.
So thank you. But I will first attend to the question from my friend. I said I look like Hausa. I always dress either like Hausa or Igbo because I believe in one Nigeria. I believe a day will come. Nobody will ask me, are you Hausa or Igbo? The only question they will ask me is, are you a Nigerian? When I was young, I was in class with Igbo people, with Hausa people. Nobody asked about tribes. We together, we dine together. Now we are old. Somebody is telling me to take a side. Who among them is not my friend? I was born in Yoruba land. I had my NYC in the east. And many a times I'm in the north. Now somebody is telling me, detach. Who among them is not my friend? So that's the reason why you see me intertribal. So I believe one day somebody will tell me you are a Nigerian and not a Yoruba person. Sir? Maybe safety as well, but that's not the reason. So the person that asked that question, the first thing you need to do to safeguard yourself is vigilance. What do I say? Vigilance. Look, information is key. What goes on around your house, around your environment is key. When there's something happened, I was driving to my house. I do go home late because I close late. Anytime I see a vehicle following me, my brother, I know they go as well. There was a time, this is real life story now. The vehicle was following. I was driving to my house. I didn't stop in my house. I rushed, I entered a corner. The vehicle drove off. I saw the vehicle coming. I have to drive and turn. Are you aware that this vehicle was dragging with me until I got to DSS office because it's not so far from my house? Because in anything you do, you sleep with all eyes closed under this security challenge. Irrespective of police force, my brother, I pray we'll wake up. Is that clear to you? Talk to your people. When you see a strange movement around you, what do you do? Now, the information you have, how often do you give it out to the authority? Someone is moving so strange around your school. He's wearing camp like Hausa man. You speak Hausa, he doesn't understand. Do you push the information to your HOD? Do you tell your friends or you run away alone? So, vigilance. Is that clear? Yeah. Now, the second question is about accessibility to material. Am I right? Am I right? Now, let's get clear distinction between academics and manufacturing. Though I will still go into that. As an engineer, mine is to give you my design. Do this, get this, do this material with this strength, do this and do that. When I'm giving you material, I'm not giving you the density of steel. Manufacturers are there. They're out there. It's their business. And that's the reason why I said there must be a synergy between industry and academics. Let me tell you the truth. If you have access to the material as you are here, you can't do anything with it. Do you believe that? So what you do is make sure all your designs, if all our designs, if all our researches are coming out with the material, those in industry, they can't do anything. Like I always say that the easiest work in construction is to be a contractor. Because what do? They just build to give the physical representation of what that person designed in his laboratory. Now, your third question is fund. I think I've mentioned this when I was presenting. There are a lot of funds out there. A lot of research funds out there. But, okay, look at my own scenario. I give something to an institution, because what I expected from the institution, I expected it to be something that nobody should doubt the result. Do you know, if people are patronizing such institution, they'll be making money. Those people, when they are talking of research grants, I don't want to mention value. Those doctors who have got it, they know the value. But if what you are doing does not meet international standards, my brother, they will remove their money. So assessing fund for research is not a difficult thing, but it's left to you to be able to prove yourself to the world that truly you can do this. So, next question, sir. Are you satisfied? Truly?
Number 2. All right.
Thank you very much. My name is Amadou, MB, Civil Engineering Technology Department. I stand on existing protocols. I just want to say I'm happy that this is online already. It's online and it can also be accessed. Permit me, I've not been sent, why not rapporteuring this conference yet? I want to say the duo of Dr. Temi Koton and Dr. Ibijola, you went along like house on fire, like they say. It was a roaring collaboration. Having said that, my question, anyone could answer it, but I will like Dr. Temi Koton to take it. The Yoruba is allowed already. Oni ti tọ́n bá ní kán dáná ejò bó ṣe gùn tó ilé ajo. I will also recognize the representative of His Imperial Majesty, that is the Kabiyesi. He also gave a paper. He gave a lecture. If you look at it, Kabiyesi o. Having said that, Dr. Temi Koton's the duo, especially Dr. Temi, your paper, your address was all encompassing. It's more than a key. It already became a lock. The whole locking system. It shows depth, it shows preparedness, and it shows a good spread because you touch almost everywhere. And of interest to me personally is the AI thing, coupled with robotics. And when you were talking, you dwell also on transparency, accountability, application, methodology. And I will say one cannot but have said that we have tapped from your mentorship here. And your delivery system was a graduated delivery from the little to the big to big. What I just want to say here is that Sigmund Freud, he said, and I quote, "You are what you were." You are what you were. What we are today is where we are coming from. An issue of amuku eruewo. The bottom line is sustainability. The first person to broach it is Otumba. Otumba representing director of from Ekiti. So my question, though both speakers have circumspecially dwelt on it, my question is the ethics. The ethics talking about engineering society. And the second speaker, that is Dr. Ibijola, you talked about somebody, he has a right, the privacy issues. You are overlooking my compound. You are seeing what is meant for me alone. So I want Dr. Temi Koton to talk on the privacy and possibility of abuse of all these items, because there are so many of us, we have warped minds. The minds are crooked. So what do we want to say about how to mitigate possible abuse? Now, we're talking about maybe BSc in witchcraft in South America. It was not funny. when I was in the States, there was a public announcement, witches are meeting. And they mentioned the room. I went near the room. When the time came, people were entering. Can we do that in Nigeria? Somebody in Benue, maybe of TV extracts, was making a K-47 rifle that was better than the real thing. That was better than the real thing. Will we get license for that? Will we get patent for that? Then the Ibile that the KBAC was talking about agreed we have the research and documentation problem. How can we go about it? How can somebody that cannot speak English teaching you security? Thank you very much. Those are my two.
Please, a round of applause for Engineer Modo, MB. God bless you, sir.
Thank you, Engineer, for the assignment you have given me. If I want to answer all your questions, maybe we'll be here for the next 20 minutes. But I'll try to be brief. The paper says it all. And it actually looks into the area of sustainability and respect for human and ethics. It is not difficult. There is nothing technology cannot achieve. And with artificial intelligence and all these computer-based devices, somebody can walk in your premises without seeing what it's not supposed to see. So these technologies already exist. So when you place devices at the proper places, the issue of trespass does not exist. I remember in the course of the lecture I said everybody must be carried along. The user, all the stakeholders, the user, the security people, you, the designer, and your colleagues, the government, policy, everything must be taken into account. By the time we do that, we will be able to solve the fear that we have about somebody seeing what is not supposed to see. For example, in many communities, they have shrines. They have shrines, different shrines, different corners of their homes. And they don't allow some categories of people, maybe those who are not indigenous, or women who are menstruating. They don't allow them in such places. So that is the need. That is why it is required for any engineer who is designing for security to discuss with the owners of the premises is designing for. And you know what he wants. You know the type of information he doesn't want outside. And you design to meet those requirements. That is the only way I can answer your question for now. Then you mentioned witchcraft, which the KBC talked about. Well, these things work. That's the truth. Like my wife was complaining some days ago, said, we have allowed Christianity to kill everything. I'm a Christian. And I believe in tradition. If some of these things we call local work on the principles that can be explained, there's no way, there's no reason why a Christian should not use it. But when it comes to the issue of magic, or you are making sacrifice between on something, that's the area people like us try to move away. So, and some of these things we even call witchcraft are not really witchcraft. And I'll give you an example. A young man was talking to me about 2 weeks ago. He said their father told them that there is a particular plant. If by mistake you go to the farm and that plant touches your skin, you will lose orientation and miss your road. You have been traveling that place frequently. You can even close your eyes and walk through the place and get home. But when that thing happens to you, you will not know the road to your house. So I asked him, he said the thing happened to them in the farm. But after trekking for hours, his elder brother now remembered that his father said that when you miss the road like that, you should just remove your cloth, turn it the other way around and put it on. And when they did that, they found the road to their house. Is that witchcraft? It is the property of that leaf. That's the way I believe it. So many of the things we see around us, we need to dig deeper to know their uses. I was having problem of back pain for many years. I was going to hospital. And it got to a point one of the doctors said they would do surgery for me in my spinal cord. And when I didn't tell my wife because I know she will die before I die. So what I did was, there must be this disease that I'm having must have happened to people before. Before white men came, there must be a solution. I went to a friend who knows about this local something, and I told him, this is the problem I have. He said, yeah. He asked me many questions that related to how that particular thing was affecting me, and I told him. He said, brother, it's a small problem. Oh. I said, really, yes. He said, I will come to your house. This man came, gave me some magbo, and massaged me. Within a week, I started trekking normally. And that was what I've been taking to hospital for years. No solution. So please don't let us look down on what nature has given us. Let us get close to people who know about these things. And they can help us. I will also relate an experience too. The man who is Temikotan himself was a big farmer and a high chief in my town. They used to come to his farm during harvest to carry away his farm, to carry away his yam. And Baba used to have very big barn. We call it Ogbainun, though I don't know what others call it. They will stack the yams there. They used to come there. So this year, Baba did the traditional something. The people came there, loaded the yams. To carry the yam and move away became a problem. And people told Baba Atum that some people were in your farm, that they loaded something. Say, you know them, they are playing there. I will go and see them later. Baba did not go there until the third day when they were already very tired. So when he was going, he branched at the police station and said he has caught some snails. Snails, Igbi. He has caught some snails that they should come and take some snails in his farm. So the policemen followed them there and found the 2 snails and took them, and they did their case. So some of those things we may not know how they function, but there's a need to do more research. So not all of them have to do with spiritism. Some of them are merely working on the properties of what God has given us. I hope you are satisfied, sir.
Thank you. Moderator? Yes, I think contribution? All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. My name is Dr. Akinsanya. I'm from Federal Poly Ado-Ekiti. I admire the presenters. Director, sir, I'm representing your colleague. Thank you. I admire the presenter. Dr. Ibijola. They call you Ibijola. Which one is it? Yeah, I know it's Ibijola. The discussion today has been so wonderful. I notice we do not dwell on innovation. Innovation is about use of intuitive reasoning to concept, to develop, which can later be thrown into a prototype that can be manufactured. Innovative engineering is one of the big for sustainable security. This we actually avoided this. Today, Nigeria cannot proliferate its iron and steel. We cannot proliferate rubber. We cannot proliferate all the deposits that we are endowed with. It now becomes a huge issue when everything is now dependent on ready-made, brought here. Drone must be supplied. Water must be supplied. This is already itself a bane to sustainable security system. Internal system, like our parents are using in the past, like the one you just cited, intuitive reasoning of your Baba, was what he has used to get the snails. If Nigeria can have innovative reasoning to create even internal mechanism that can be brought to delivery sustainable development, we will be better off. I must quickly add, Nigeria population is, blowing regularly. Power, energy availability declining, even beyond what it was. Bad control is one of the issues of sustainable security. A lot of people, there are too many people without challenges, without work, without prospects. They are easily harnessed to cause even physical insecurity. So we must think about food production, birth control, innovative approach to development. This will, when they are brought together, will actually sustainable security system. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Engineer Dr. Akisoya. God bless you, sir. And he is the director of Olusegun Obasanjo Center of Engineering Innovation in Ado-Ekiti, and he has the reasons why he's given that. Please, shall we put our hands together for him for that contribution. Mr. Rector, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, my presenter and the co-presenters and my commissioner. I'm so happy, KBC. This is beautiful. We are also still dwelling on the Schumpeter 1836 innovation theory, followed by the Maggio and diffusion theory. And it's okay that we should disseminate whatever innovations we are carrying out. But we also know that we have disruptive innovation. A good example is our computer to typewriter. Typewriter has gone. So that's a kind of destructive innovation. One is destroyed, then another one comes up. So it's beautiful. But I'm so happy today that this is coming up at this particular time. Therefore, I want to commend Faculty of Engineering Studies and facilitate with them for putting up this international conference. And I said it because at the course of defense, when I was answering to some questions, I said that one of us said it somewhere, sometimes, that Rugipo Polytechnic was in an ICU unit, but now it has come to the world. Those who understand me know the parable I'm talking about. And this is part of it. Academic culture is now coming up. And I believe it shall be continued. Others, faculty will also come up. I think Vas is here. You did your own last year too. And we are still expecting. All right. So we are coming up. And this is a good environment for academics to come together, researchers to come together, and particularly in the developed country like this. So innovation is so important. But like Roger put it, we have not been disseminating. And our parents or forefathers, they still insist on doing things the way they have been doing it. But thank God that this thing is now coming up. But one thing I want to say, that Rugipo Polytechnic is also key into it. Recently, we were able to secure innovation hub from TED Fund at a cost of about 750 million. And this polytechnic is going to be the only polytechnic in Southwest that was able to secure that intervention.
Applause.
Yes. Anytime from now. So the purpose of that is for us to go into the hub and then come bring your idea, and your idea will be translated into product. And I also want to say that recently we just concluded our convocation, which we did last in 2013. 12 years combined convocation. You can see that we are coming up, we are waking up from the ICU, and today I'm also happy. I must also say something about Mr. Governor. When he came up, he met us wallowing in serious debt of about 15 months. But he has cleared it, and the last batch of 3 months will be clear in the next 1 week. So I'm happy. So I'm expecting, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So by God's grace, more of this will be coming up. So I want to congratulate every one of you. Particularly, I'm so impressed by the student who came up to ask questions. And I know Nigeria, we are coming up to it. By God's grace, we will also meet up. What China did, what America, so we can also be there. And just like our presenter said, Nigerians, we can compete anywhere in the world. Get to anywhere, you see Nigeria there. And good to it, we are having about 230 million population, and about 75% of that population are youth. In other words, in the next few years to come, Nigeria will take up all the industry in the world, because we are the only country parading youth population in the world. So all other populations are aging populations. But now, Nigeria is going into the industry. So very shortly, we will take over. So with these innovative things, I'm so happy. I'm happy for Faculty of Engineering, for Polytechnic that we are waking up, and for our colleagues from different institutions, my peers from Ado Ekiti, Ogatemi Tukuno, God bless you, and my commissioner. And one thing I will add, you ask questions and you interact. I have interacted with my commissioner, and he has given me a key that I should approach him, something will be coming. Thank you for that. So do the same thing, collect number and ask questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Please, shall we put our hands together for our amiable rector, innovative rector. And Mr. Rector said something probably we have been waiting for, and he said in the next 1 week. Please, shall we put our hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen. We trust his judgment and we also trust God as that is come to pass. Thank you very much. Because of our time, we are now going to the award presentation. It's going to be quickly done. Please permit me to bring to present the two paper presenters. I mean the keynote and lead paper in recognitions of their wonderful performance. The first person to be invited to be given that award is the keynote paper presenter. And that award is going to be given by the chairman of the committee of Dean, Mr. Omoshuli VX. Please shall we put our hands together for him. Is the keynote.
This award of recognition is being presented to Engineer Kende O. Temikoton, PhD, in honor of your exceptional performance and distinguished role as keynote address presenter during this third international conference organized by the Faculty of Engineering and Technology for Rugipo Fengt. Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations, sir. The next person is the lead paper presenter. That is Engineer Ibijola. Please, Engineer Dr. Stephen Olukayode Ibijola, the Permanent Secretary, Ekiti State, and former Infrastructure Engineer, Rural Access and Agricultural Marketing Project, RAM, Ekiti State, for the word of recognition is to be given by the Dean of Students, Mr. Olu Brahimo. God bless you.
Award of recognition presented to Engineer Dr. Stephen Olukayode Ibijola in honor of your exceptional performance and distinguished role as lead paper presenter during the Rugipo Faculty of Engineering Conference 2025. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. In that line, we have our awardees here. I want to start calling them one after the other. The first person to be called is Honorable Commissioner for Infrastructure, Land and Housing. That is Engineer Olawoya Yorinde Abiola, FNSE, F9 and FNIHTE, ably represented by Engineer Ibidapo Ojo, and his citation is going to be read us, please. Citation for Engineer Olawoye Ayorinde Abiola, FNSE, F9, MNIHTE. He attended St. Helens Primary School, Ondo State. He later proceeded to St. Joseph College, Ondo, for a secondary school. He attained HND in civil engineering at Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, Abeokuta, to Ibadan Polytechnic, and in civil engineering. In pursuit of that's another powerful educational career, he had postgraduate diploma in civil engineering from Federal University of Technology, Akure, Futa. Engineer Olawoye Ayorinde Abiola is a seasoned civil engineer with over 15 years of professional experience in the construction industry, specializing in project management, structural engineering, and infrastructure development. His expertise and dedication have earned him a several prestigious fellowships and membership in top professional bodies, including Fellow of Nigerian Society of Engineers, FNSE, Fellow Nigerian Institution of Civil Engineer, F9, Member Nigerian Institution of Highway and Transportation Engineers, Register Engineer, Council of Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, Kuren. As an accomplished professional engineer, Olawoye has successfully led the execution, design, and supervision of critical road and building projects across Ondo State and beyond. He is currently the Honorable Commissioner for Infrastructure, Land and Housing in Ondo State. In the short period since his appointment, he had led and actualized procurements and commencement of various significant projects, most notable of which are construction of 10-kilometer dual carriageway from Arakale, Okearo, 10-kilometer Akure, Idanre Road, Akure, Ondo State. Construction of 24.75 kilometer dual carriageway from Ugbenyi Junction, Okedupa Market to Osotec, Igbonla Junction, Igbokoda Jetty, Ondo State. Construction of 6.7 kilometer dual carriageway from Supari Junction, Akungba, Ekare Road, Akoko, Ondo State. Construction of 99.5 kilometer dual carriageway of College Road, Okoja Road, Iriwole Roundabout in Igbokoda, Ondo State. Construction of 21.2 kilometer Motosho, Igbotako, Ijuodo Road, Ondo State. On that note, he has held several positions as one, Ondo State Commissioner for Infrastructure, Lands and Housing, Special Advisor to Ondo State Governor on Infrastructure, Land and Housing, Senior Special Assistant to Ondo State on Infrastructure, Land and Housing, Managing Director, Elementary Engineering Consultant Limited, General Manager, Project Manager, Bonds Consulting Limited, Structural Engineer, Design, and Supervision of Caring Arts Mega Primary School across Ondo State. Engineer Olawoye is a dedicated Christian, a loving husband, a proud father, blessed us with wonderful family. His passion for excellence, integrity, community development continues to define his career and leadership. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present to you Engineer Olawoye Ayorinde Abiola for the Award of Excellence for Infrastructural Development. And this award is to be given by the rector of Rufus Giwa Polytechnic. God bless you. Shall we put our hands together?
Thank you. Award from the Faculty of Engineering Technology, Award of Excellence for Infrastructure Development, presented to Engineer Ayorinde Abiola Olawoye, FNSE, FNICE, MNIHTA. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next awardee is Engineer Dr. Alabi Johnson Chayola. I take his citation, please. Engineer Dr. Johnson Chayola Alabi is a distinguished Nigerian professional born into the family of late Pa Matthew Alabi Obaji and late Mrs. Morolayo Emily Alabi ni Adekola of Supare, Akoko Southwest Local Government Area in Ondo State. He completed his elementary education at the Salvation Army Primary School and Agbogo Grammar School, both in Supare, Akoko, before attending Uyimekun Grammar School, Akure, and later ASCL Staff Comprehensive Secondary School in Ajaokuta, Kogi State. Engineer Alabi bagged the Ordinary National Diploma, OND, followed by Higher National Diploma and Postgraduate Diploma in Electrical and Telecommunication Engineering. He began his professional career in 1997 with Fogorel Limited, a French construction company in Ajaokuta, Kogi State, where he worked for 2 years. In 1999, he left the company to establish his own business. As an entrepreneur, Engineer Alabi worked as a consultant for various local and multinational companies. His consulting roles include significant projects with the Ajaokuta Steel Company Limited, Siemens Nigeria Limited, and the Kogi State government, where he contributed to the construction of the Geregu power plant. He has also executed and commissioned contracts for states and federal government at different levels. As a certified IT professional, Engineer Alabi holds credentials including Cisco Certified Network Associate, Cisco Certified Network Professional, Oracle Certified Associate and Professional. He has also received specialized training in mini-grid and off-grid energy solutions, on-grid power, power pricing, and documentation in India, Canada, and Nigeria. He holds a doctorate degree, honorary caucus, from the Institute of Leadership, Manpower and Management Development, UK. Engineer Alabi's expertise led to his appointment as the special advisor to the governor of Ondo State on energy, a role which he made significant contributions, which includes but not limited to energy policies and implementation plans. He is also the initiator of the O-Datiwa meter, a groundbreaking energy solution that was successfully launched in Ondo State and is the first of its kind in Nigeria. He was first appointed by the governor of Ondo State, His Excellency Dr. Lucky Orimison Ayedatiwa, as the special advisor on energy in February 2024, and reappointed as special advisor on power in February 2025, where he served until his nomination for commissioner. He is currently the serving commissioner for energy and mineral resources, Ondo State. Some of the awards he has received include, but not limited to, the following: Voice of the Voiceless by Herald Magazine, Excellence in Service Delivery by Sunshine Standard Magazine, Distinguished Leadership by Association of Professional Women Engineers in Nigeria, Excellence in Public Service Delivery by the Eagles Table, Merit Award of Excellence by the Nigerian Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, and many others. Engineer Dr. Johnson Jayola Alabi is happily married and blessed with children, and he is continued to be an influential figure in both his professional and personal and political life. I present to you Engineer Dr. Johnson Jayola Alabi for the Award of Excellence for Energy Development.
The award is to be given by the acting registrar. Shall we put our hands together for him, please?
Congratulations, sir. Award of Excellence for Energy Development being presented to Engineer Dr. Johnson J. Alabi, Honorable Commissioner for Energy and Mineral Resources, Ondo State, on this day, 25th November 2025. Congratulations, sir.
The next awardee is the acting rector of Rufus Giwa Polytechnic, Dr. Simon Olorunwa Adegun. The citation goes thus. Dr. Adegun Olorunwa Simon was born early 1960. He's from Okitiwokwa local government area of Ondo State. He attended All Saints Anglican Primary School, Olorun Nishola Agege. Of course, by that is a Lagosian. And from 1969 to 1974, he proceeded to Community Grammar School, Ugo Gurin, Okitiwokwa, 1976 to 1982. He also attended Manuwa Memorial Grammar School, GRA, Ujodo, Okitiwokwa in 1984, where he obtained his secondary school certificate. Driven by his passion for academic excellence, Dr. Adegun earned a bachelor degree in banking and finance from Ondo State University, Ado-Ekiti, now Ekiti State University, between 1987 and 1991. Not only that, he had master's degree in business administration MBA from 1965 to 1998 from FUTA. In funding of his academic, he had Master of Science, MSc, degree in economics and statistics from the University of Benin in 2006. His working experience spans between 2000 to 2001 in reputable organizations, and indeed, as we speak, is the acting rector of Rufus Giwa Polytechnic. He was the head of the department. His tenure was marked by remarkable achievements, including the establishment of linkage program with the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, CIBN, a rare and pioneering feat in the country, as well as maintenance of an atmosphere of peace, stability, and academic excellence through his leadership period. He later became the Directorate of Academic Planning, Rufus Giwa Polytechnic Award in 2018. The position he held till when Grace found him, and he became the Deputy Director of Rufus Giwa Polytechnic in 2021. And because it is written in the Bible that it is not of him that willeth, of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy. Today is currently the acting rector, Rufus Giwa Polytechnic Award, formerly known as Ondo State Polytechnic. To God be the glory. Hallelujah. Other responsibility outside the Polytechnic is the President Alumni Association of Community Grammar School, Igbo Green, and the Secretary of the Ringe Development Association. Adegun has also emerged in community development and regularly participates in discussion on the state of economy, both on Positive FM and Ondo State Renovation Corporation Akure. He also served as resource person at Youth Summit organized by Ondo State Ministry of Youth Affairs and Development in 2006. Membership of learning professional bodies. Member Chartered Institute of Nigerian Economics, MCIN, registered member of SCIBN, an award and recommendation. He was recommended and nominated for an award by ODHA for his giant stride in Rufus Giwa Polytechnic as an acting rector. The ministerial background and experience. Pastor Adegun Olorunwa, being a born-again child of God and highly committed to the things of God, and with the fire of gospel burning in his bone, he is currently the district pastor, the Gospel Faith Mission International, Buferure Assembly, Akure. He is happily married to Dickness Titilayo Adegun and blesses with godly children. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Simon Adegun, a man of rare integrity, profound humility, noble character, a consummate professional of outstanding repute, and exemplary excellence in service, selfless, devoted to duty. Through his unwavering commitment, diligence, and moral strength, he had made indelible contribution and leading lasting footprints of honor and excellence in every place he served. A gentleman to the core, he is known for a calm disposition, sound judgment, and unwavering sense of honesty. His leadership is guided by discipline, compassion, and a sincere desire to uplift others. Through diligence and exemplary conduct, he has earned the respect and administration and trust of colleagues, associates, and the community at large. A man whose life epitomizes integrity, transparency, and vision. He is a beacon of inspiration, a dependable focus, and principled individual whose service continues to bring honor and excellence and turn around to every institution he associated with. I have the privilege to invite the representative of KBC Olowo, His Royal Imperial Majesty, KBC Oba Dr. Ajibade Ogunye III, represented by KBC Olukweme of Ikweme Kingdom. KBC.
the Faculty of Engineering Technology, Rufus Giwa Polytechnic, Owo, Ondo State. Award of Excellence in Leadership, presented to Dr. S. Olorunwa Adegun, the Acting Rector, Rufus Giwa Polytechnic, Owo, on this day, 26th November 2025.
Congratulations, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the next awardee is Engineer Oluwaseun David Adeyeye. I take his citation, please. Engineer Oluwaseun David Adeyeye was born to the family of Professor Rufus A. Adeyeye and Mrs. Olayinka R. Ojo, High Chief Odo of Akure Kingdom, Akure South Local Government Area, Ondo State. He started his elementary education at local authority LA2 Primary School, Oke Bola, Akure, and proceeded to Unity Secondary School, Ikere, Ekiti State in the 90s. His thirst for further education and determination propelled him to seek admission into the Ondo State Polytechnic Award, now Rufus Giwa Polytechnic Award, where he had both his national diploma and higher national diploma in civil engineering. Not satisfied with the attainment, Engineer Oluwaseun had his postgraduate diploma degree in civil engineering, transportation option, and master's degree in project management in FUTA. He started his engineering career with the Ondo State Ministry of Works as a site engineer, where he took active part in the design and construction of Agagu Road, Akure, Omoshule Oshinle, Fadeyi Road, Akure, among many other significant projects. He later worked with the Inter-Rotec Nigeria Limited, Akure, Ondo State, as site engineer in 2008 and supervised many road projects. In 2009, he joined the services of Fountain Construction Company, FCC/JID Construction Company, JCC, as project engineer, spearheading landmark projects such as the rehabilitation of Oba Adeshida Oyemekun Road, Akure, dualization of Arakale Road, Akure, and rehabilitation of Ilesha Ife Road in Osun State, among others. He worked briefly with AB&G Construction Company Limited as project manager in 2015. And by 2017, FCC sought for his return as construction and material manager, where he is currently working. Between 2020 to date, Engineer Adeyeye has made a remarkable inputs and contributions to the development of Fountain Construction Company, FCC, as the company's project coordinator. Engineer Oluwaseun Adeyeye is a registered engineer with Koren. He is a fellow of various professional bodies such as Nigerian Society of Engineers, NSC, Nigeria Institution of Civil Engineers, NICE, Nigeria Institute of Highway and Transportation Engineer, FNIHTE, CPA, among others. He had